It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, February 12th, 2024. Five.
Are you sure?
I don't know, Galvin. I'm pretty much I'm caught in the space-time continuum right now.
Yeah. It's confusing. I know Joe was confused yesterday. You were a little confused. Joe was a little confused.
Yep.
Not sure what day, what year,
No.
what month.
No.
Who-
I did
who
just
am I?
panic myself and panic other people by saying it is February 12th, which means Valentine's Day is in 2 days.
Yeah.
For those of you who care about that. Hello?
Oh.
Carmen?
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
just stopped. I got me nervous. Let me just tell you the conversation my wife and I had yesterday about Valentine's Day.
All right.
She said, listen to me, I have to go away to this tournament. You're going away. I didn't get you anything. And I go, well, I have not left the bedroom in 3 days, so I have not gotten you anything.
So unless you want a sock puppet.
Yeah. And she said, I thought you said suck puppet. And I was like, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
And I said to her, we can go. And she's like, I'm not going. And then I go, and you don't want flour. And she's like, no, I'm not even going to be. I said, okay, good. It's over. Let's just not, That was our, no. But it was like, why run out and try to do something before Friday? We would say, look, next weekend we'll go to dinner or something. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes much more sense.
That's the best.
But also, Amazon. You can get something little.
Listen to
you
me.
don't got to get anything crazy.
I
You don't gotta.
will
You
no
don't gotta.
doubt, I will no doubt buy her a card, and I will write little lovey things inside.
Yeah, you know what's so funny is I said that to my wife. I go, anything on the radar that you want for Valentine's? I mean, we were going out to dinner, and
Right.
I'm going to get her something, whatever. And she was like, I don't know. She goes, what do you want? And I go, card. That's all I ever want is a card.
Yeah.
A card?
Yeah. We don't want to.
You don't, Carmen. I have everything I want. I have everything I need, and if I need it, I'll buy it, and I got it, and it's no big deal. Give me a card.
What do you
Yep.
spend $40 on a candy heart for me that I shouldn't be eating in the first place anyway?
right. Yeah.
Do you guys have sex pillows? I'm just saying.
Oh.
Those are $45 and make a great gift for guys.
Carmen,
Yeah.
you'll come to understand in about 10 more years that sex pillows are second to sleeping pillows.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have sleeping pillows.
I know. But
And it's just the gesture. It's saying like, hey.
hey, let me bend you over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me stuff this under your spleen so I can get better access.
Yeah.
I can't order the sex pillows off Amazon and then my kids carry them into the house.
Oh.
Well,
Daddy,
they don't
daddy,
know.
daddy.
And they say, "What's in this giant box?"
Your sex pillows here, Dad.
Yeah,
It's
like
sex pillow day. It's sex pillow day.
First off, it doesn't come with a giant sign that says sex pillow.
yeah, but teenagers are very nosy.
It's rolled up. They have it like suctioned out. It's like those mattresses that you get shipped to your house from Amazon. They're
Oh,
tiny.
you gotta let them breathe.
Yeah, you gotta roll it out and stuff. And then on top of that, it's really technically like a healing pillow. They're
Oh,
surgery
That's
pillows.
what it is.
Yeah.
No,
Well, there's
So-
no surgery in this house.
Well, yeah, but then you can say we're playing doctor. Boom.
I have
Another way to use the pillow.
I live with 3 Sherlock Holmes
Oh,
teenagers,
Yeah.
and I can't get nothing by them.
Yeah, like my daughter will walk in and go, you guys have a sex pillow?
Yeah,
Yeah, she knows what's up.
Yeah, I'm just saying for anyone out there, for ladies out there, and because guys like gifts, they just don't all want cards like these oldie people. Sex pillow is the way to go.
You know what, Carmen, can I take that one step further?
Yeah,
Sex is the way to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what the pillow implies. The pillow's like, let's try some new positions.
Yeah, but
Let's
you're
get a
speaking
little-
from the point of view of somebody who's not been married for very long.
Right.
my back
You-
hurts just
you-
thinking about that.
Oh.
Exactly.
That's what the pillow helps with. The pillow takes the
No.
back. You don't got to do any lifting.
No, I'm
the
out.
the pillow lifts for you.
Let me borrow yours so I don't have to
No,
buy
wait,
one.
No, that's
you don't
creepy.
borrow
I
sex
just want it for
pillows.
a weekend.
Carmen, let me explain to you the other thing that happened between me and my wife, and then maybe you'll understand the situation a little bit better, okay?
Okay.
I have not seen her for a couple of days. And for some reason, I don't know what she did, but she looks like extra cute to me lately. And I've been like a little bit whipped over her for the last couple of days. And I looked at her yesterday and I go, I don't know what it is, but I'm so attached to you. And she looked at me and she goes, get off.
Oh.
Aw.
I was like, and that is true love.
Get out of me.
Yeah.
Wait.
She just said, get off. And I went, what? And she goes, get off me. And she shook her head. I go, okay, no longer attached to you.
I get it. I've been married a long time too.
Yeah. I
And
know
I'm
me.
happy. I'm happy.
I don't want me to be attached to me. I
Yeah.
would be like, get away from me, you idiot.
Oh yes. Listen, since we got back, Chad and I, we can't stop doing it, being
Oh,
around each
Really?
other. All we want to do is hang out. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys realize this because you hold me in such high regard, but I can be annoying at times. I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
Never, Michael.
Well, thank you, Joe.
Never.
But you'll find that I do a lot of singing around the house. I do a lot of following people from room to room. I do a lot of rhyming everything that I can see. I am like wasn't there a movie? Isn't that like Drop Dead Fred? Wasn't that the movie? Where the girl had like a imaginary friend that wouldn't leave her alone. That's me. So I get it. When my wife says "get off me," I go, I'm sorry. I've reached my point.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when we're sitting there and I'm really thirsty, I go, boy, sure would be nice to have an iced tea right now. And she's like, I'm not getting up. I go, whoa, I wasn't asking you to get up. I'm just saying.
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah. Or if you finally just keep saying it until you hear, and she goes, oh, I would have. You got it.
You didn't have to.
Yeah, it's so good.
By the way,
Yeah.
Carmen, Jenny pointed out last night we were at Kerry King, and we saw
Family that slays together.
Metal Chad.
Oh, really?
God. You didn't get a picture?
It was dorky Metal Chad.
Married to Wawa Carmen?
No, maybe,
Oh.
maybe it's your alternate universe,
It's
whatever.
the multiverse.
But it was so weird because he had like a Metallica T-shirt on, and then he had like a fishnet sleeve on,
Hot.
and like a dog collar,
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
and a do-rag, but then glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's how he's dressing for Lil Wayne now.
Oh yeah,
Hot boy. He's a hot boy.
It was wild. It was a scene, man.
That's the other thing. What do you think it would take for me to get my wife to go to see Kerry King from Slayer at Janice on a Tuesday night with me?
Yeah, but that's
No,
different.
I know. I'm just saying. Can you imagine? That'd be like her asking me to go. I don't know. I don't know.
If
Because I
the
would say
Wu
no.
Tang Clan was at Janice on a Tuesday night,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's different. That's
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan. That's
That's-
like it's like getting the band back together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
but like if one of the guys from Wu-Tang was there, she would probably go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
maybe.
one of the guys from Slayer was there.
Yeah.
So we went.
I get it. I think it's great that you guys do that stuff together. It's you don't ever have to be like, well, I don't know, because like when I would like her to go to some concerts, but also I don't want her bringing me down at other concerts.
Yeah.
Don't sit there with your mopey face when we're over here trying to rock out.
Right, right.
No,
Is
well,
your-
you know what happened. You get mopey face when you're not happy.
is your wife going on the cruise?
No, I asked her yesterday. So
Oh.
we have.
You didn't ask in the proper
Yeah.
asking.
I said
Yeah.
you're not going,
manner.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
I said no, nobody else's wives are going. You're not going, right?
Oh, well, that's not
No,
true.
I actually said to her, we were looking to, we have kids' spring break coming up, so we were looking to try and see if we can do a vacation there or something. And I looked at her and I said, she's like, I kind of want to go on a cruise.
Oh, let's
But
put
she-
it out there.
And Mike said, "You do?"
Yeah, I go,
Oh.
that's ridiculous.
I don't even want to go. I mean, I have to because my
18
name's
of
on
them,
it.
though.
Gotta work.
No, she said she was looking on a cruise, Galvin, to Portugal.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I said, yes, let's do that.
Oh,
But it
don't
was-
go to Portugal before I go to Portugal.
I'll let them know you're coming. I am here to announce the king.
Yes.
No, so it was sold out anyway. We couldn't go during those times. And she goes, I really would like to go on a cruise. I go, why don't you just come on my cruise? And she goes,
Oh.
no. And I went, all right. All right. I'm not going to try to fight
Just
it.
shut it down, just like
Shut it
that.
down.
Wow.
It's
He
not
really
the
does not like you.
No, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of factors. One is my daughter. Everybody, and like my dad, goes on the cruise, and so that's really where we would normally leave my daughter. And I definitely don't trust Joey for my daughter to stay here. So that's one of the factors. And then the other thing is that when she's there now, she's got to take care of my daughter, so it's not nearly as fun as if she went with me. You know what I mean? So she's like, I'd rather just skip it. We'll do something else. Don't say anything to her when you see her. You're trying to change her mind.
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah,
That's just missing out on all the fun.
I already got a girlfriend going on that. His name is Bobby Kelly.
I may, as I pass her by in the hallway, go, Aruba.
I wanna
take
Yeah, no, don't bring that down.
Mm.
Speaking of, number one best friend gets here tomorrow,
Oh, nice.
and then we're headed down to Naples this weekend. I want to do something in Naples. I don't know what.
You're not gonna do anything.
Shy Wolf Sanctuary.
Oh, maybe Bobby will want to do that.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go see the Wolves.
Yeah. Go in there and howl. I got to howl with them. Like they
Dude.
were all howling, and I was in there with them, and I was howling.
So
It was
can
pretty
I just-
cool.
Can I tell you that what is my dog? My dog is
Golden
Hazel.
Doodle?
No, Hazel.
Oh, Hazel is a husky poo.
Huskapoo.
Yeah.
So she's a husky. So she never barks. I've only heard her bark a couple of times. You know when she barked the most? When we stayed at my brother-in-law's house for the hurricane when our power went out. They weren't home, and we went and stayed at their house.
Yeah.
And the dogs were very confused as to where they were going to sleep and where to go at night. And they couldn't settle down.
Right.
And Hazel just started barking. And I went, "Who are you?" But for the most part, Hazel's silent. And then when I walk down the stairs, she hears me and she comes to the stairs and she bows her head all the way down. And then she goes, "Arr." When I get to the top of the stairs, if she doesn't do it, I look at her and I go, "Arr," and she goes, "Arr," and she comes back at me. All right, want to make sure. Just want to make sure we talk dog language together.
That's her showing her affection.
You know what she said to me?
What?
Get off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Arr, right, just like my wife.
They may bring Hazel on the cruise.
Oh.
And that'd be a treat.
I'd bring my dog in a second.
You love your dog.
You know what's so funny is I thought about bringing my dog over here, and I was like, well, I would probably have to say, hey, is it cool if I bring my dog over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course it would.
Yeah.
You didn't you mean say it to me?
Well, yeah, just to
I
make
would.
sure. Listen, I had somebody show up in my house with their dog, with my two dogs.
That's different.
And
I'm
You
saying
know better as to how your dog
Right,
and my
exactly,
dog
I
and
would
all
do,
that
yeah.
stuff,
Yeah, which my dog's very friendly with other dogs, but my dog would also just chill, just sit over there. And
Yeah,
You know.
it wouldn't bother me.
although I got to tell you, you talk about barking. So my husky doesn't bark, does the howl every once in a while and stuff. But some of those huskies sound like they're people getting murdered.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
doing that, and it's like, good lord. But my gypsy, who is Belgian and Shepherd mix, whatever, she will be doing stuff and we'll be playing, and then she'll bark at me like, "Let's play more." But it's an aggressive
bad,
bark.
yeah.
You're like, oh, you could be scary
Yeah.
if I didn't know you were such a sweetheart and stuff. You know, it's a scary looking bark.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to think that sometimes I look at my kids and I go, "Oh, remember when Galvin first got here and that kid didn't exist?" You know what I mean? Like we didn't even know who you were.
Right.
Now look at you. You're laying all over my couch with your shoes.
Yeah,
on.
because you just had Joey whenever I got here.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was times where you were coming in, you're like, oh, I didn't get any sleep at all.
I pretty much decided though yesterday, Juliana was worth it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep her.
All right.
Huh?
Sure,
Yeah,
she'll
yeah.
be happy about
I
it.
was very
the
first couple
fence.
years I was on the fence.
Yeah.
I like her a lot now.
Even with the volleyball.
Yes, because she's doing well. She's doing better now, and she's enjoying it.
Right.
And I feel like it's paying off. So yes, and I don't have to go to Winter Haven.
That's good.
Yeah, which is also good. Although I feel like this weekend might have been fun because I
You
like
feel
the,
that way because you're not going.
No, I like the
Yeah.
other parents, and I think they all got an Airbnb or whatever. So I thought that would have been.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
I did a tournament in Savannah, which was fun. Then
Yeah.
I got one coming up in Panama City.
See, I'm gonna drive to Savannah.
Yeah.
and Panama City would bust
Both
my
very
nuts.
far.
It's far.
Tom, fire it up.
But yeah, I
I-
also enjoyed the parents on the team.
I gotta tell you, I'm ready to take that Sprinter and drive it into the ocean.
Oh, no.
Why?
Every time I get my credit card, it's so goddamn expensive when things break. It was like trying to keep the Hummer again.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the air conditioning went out, with like the panel or whatever. The panel is $1,000, but installing it's $2,000. It's crazy. And I'm not just the price of doing business, you know. What
But
I mean?
also, is that a Mercedes thing? You know what I mean? Because I remember
Yeah.
a buddy of mine who had a Porsche and he went to get a new key, and the
Yeah.
key was like $800. And I
Yeah.
go, for a key?
You're not mad at him? I got new windshield wipers that were $80 on my Porsche, and you got mad at me.
No, I did. I said, I go, 800 for a
Yeah,
key. I
yeah.
go, I'm pretty sure you can get it. And he goes, no, because it has a chip and it's a
Yeah.
specific thing. And I was like, oh, brother, you
Yep.
got hooked. You think you get a deal. You're like, I got a Porsche and I got it for, $5,000 less than this. And meanwhile, the next year you spend another $80,000
Yeah.
on tire caps and
Yeah.
keys and different things.
Yeah, Porsche windshield wipers $80. Tahoe, Steve Hurley, I need a new windshield wiper, and he's like, "Yep, no problem. $38
Mm.
installed."
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Oh, by the way, I gotta swap that out.
This
haven't-
tells me how little I know about cars and stuff. And listen, this is just a thing. I was talking to somebody about it the other day. You learn things. I learned other things. I didn't learn how to fix my car or build a house or do stuff, whatever.
What
I-
did you learn?
I learned how to be funny and play drums.
See, here's the thing.
Useful.
You're inherently funny. So I don't know.
I don't know. No. That's not true. That's not true. I think yes, you have a little bit of that, but it's something you work on.
Okay,
You definitely work on it.
I don't feel that I learned anything as a child. Like I don't know how to change my own oil. I don't know how to. But you asked me to build a frame for something. I'm like, oh.
So I can do some stuff. Like I told you, I had to do the toilet thing the other day, and I actually had to take the tank off and do that. And I mean, I can do it if I could.
Because you're not an idiot,
right?
You're not an idiot. You can
but
figure things
also,
out.
like my dad could fix cars, and my brother Tim learned from him how to do stuff. And my brother Tim used to just take stuff apart to see how it worked and put it back together. So whenever I was younger and I had to do something, I'd be like, I need oil in my motorcycle, and he would go, all right, and he'd give me the stuff, and he'd go change it. And I go, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
Yeah, I don't have to do this.
My in-laws are currently putting a second story on their house, and my father-in-law's doing it himself.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
my brother-in-laws and my son, and they're just doing it themselves. They're just knocking down walls.
Do you feel confident in walking in their upstairs?
Yes.
That's amazing to me. See, now, my family was the same way. My family was all construction guys, so they have done. I've seen them knock down walls, build things, fires, rebuild. I've seen them do it all.
I get mocked all the time by them because I don't know how to do like real man stuff, like change oil. And
do you or do you not? I mean, like I a lot of times like I don't know how to do that, especially at work when they're like, "Can you add the computer?" And I go, "No, I don't know how to use the computer.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any of that nonsense."
Yeah.
Don't let them know that you know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. So that's the way to go. So what about so they can build everything.
Yeah.
That must be so wonderful to have. You know who else is really good at that stuff? Who probably doesn't want me saying this? Is Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Our boss,
Yeah.
Jason Meter.
Really?
He is quite the woodworker. Yeah, and I
So
don't
is
think,
John Brennan.
Yeah, John Brennan's got a workbench in his garage.
John Brennan likes
Right.
to cut the wood and make the stuff and all that, but Jason did all of his. John likes to make like trinkets and stuff.
I don't have a
Jason
workbench.
also knows how to like rebuild cars too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
he had
Good
a couple
father.
cars. Yeah.
Good father, but I gotta tell you, I'm not mad at my father because my father don't know how to build a goddamn thing either. He don't know how to change his oil or any of that stuff.
My son just replaced an entire transmission in his car.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
that's bananas. I had a roommate that did that. I had my car. I was like, I don't know, the battery's dead. This and he goes, it might be the alternator. And I go, I don't know. And he goes, let me check. And he looked. He goes, yeah, you got a bad alternator. He goes, if you buy one, I can put it in. And I was like, you could put an alternator in the car.
Yeah.
He bought it off Facebook Marketplace, and we drove to like Ocala and got this huge transmission. And then him and my brother-in-law put the whole thing in. It took him like a day.
That's
and he's
crazy.
like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad. It was not that hard. Just
That's
took
amazing
time."
to me. I would just be afraid that I'm driving down 19 and my transmission just goes woof
Right.
out the window.
I can't check the transmission fluid, and they replaced
Yeah.
an entire transmission in my brother-in-law's front driveway.
But that's what made me think of this whole thing was not until like a couple years ago where I was replacing my windshield wipers that I realized that one windshield wiper is longer than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm today years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I was like, I took it out of the thing and I go, they give me two different ones. And I was like, let me look.
Wait a second.
And I go, oh yeah, this one's longer than this one. And I know that there's people out there going, what an idiot. I don't know.
I
I
didn't
never.
know.
You tell a joke.
Yeah.
Can I- So I went and got my oil change yesterday, and they asked if I wanted my air filter to be changed.
Yeah.
My cabin filter.
Mhm.
They're going to charge me $50. I looked online. You can buy one on Amazon for $15. So you know what I did? I watched them really closely on how they like took my glove box out and how to get to my filter and
That's
stuff.
the thing. Yeah.
And I ordered the filter, so I am going to attempt it either today or tomorrow when it gets in. And I'm just praying that I can get my glove box back on after, because
That's funny.
it was tricky for them. But I was like, 50 or 15. I feel like I can do this.
You know, I'm trying to think. Like my dad, his dad didn't teach him how to fix cars or anything like that. So my dad didn't pass that stuff down to me. But I did teach my son a lesson that my dad taught me. My son, when he was going to the bar underage,
Yeah.
when he went to up by USF, I don't know how they do that. I guess they pay off the right people where everybody just knows that that's the one bar that lets everybody in.
I guess.
You
Yeah.
know? I mean, that's fine. You keep it contained to one area. But I said to the guy, I said to Joey, I said, the bouncer knows right away you're not 21.
Right.
And I go, so don't screw around with him. And I go, when he lets you in, slide him a $20 bill. And he was like, what? I go, slide him a $20 bill. Never bother you, and you'll never wait in line again. And he was like, all right. And he's like, dude, every time we go there right now, he pulls us in front of the line. I go, I told you,
Yeah.
every once in a while, I hit him with another
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
And that I get from my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Learn how
definitely
to pay people off.
Well, it's you know, I don't like to wait in line, Carmen.
Grease the right palm.
My father told me, so in high school, for our prom, the tradition was to get a limousine.
Right.
And our prom was in Manhattan. And we go into the city. It was actually at the Plaza Hotel, Trump's Hotel. And then after that, you go to one of the bars that let you in for free. And not free, but to drink, you know. But one of the other things that people did after the prom was go to Dangerfield's Comedy Club, see comedy, and then go to the bars. So I drove by Dangerfield, and the line was a mile long. And my father said, "You go up to the guy in the front, and you hand him $100 bill." And I was like, "I don't have $100," but that was the thing. And so now I've always had that mentality of knowing if I want to get in someplace, I know how to get in there.
Right. You ever do the $20 trick in Vegas?
No.
So whenever you go to check in, you just slide a $20 bill on the counter and say, "Hey, is there any room upgrades or anything like that?" Because the thing behind it is the people that are doing it, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to get $20, and if they have rooms that are better, it's nothing for them to change the room or do anything. It's not like it's more expensive or whatever if it's not being used. And it's just, give it a shot. It's $20, and you're like, we'll see what happens.
I feel like my stepfather purposely held life skills from me
Wait.
in the hopes that I would end up being a loser.
Yeah.
Almost got it.
Yeah,
Almost nailed it.
he almost accomplished it.
That guy really hated you, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't worry, Gio. He really hated himself.
The feeling was mutual.
Yeah. Well, I understand why you hated him. I don't know what you did. You've never done anything as long as I've known you for as many years as I know to make me think, boy, that Gio sure is a bad guy.
Well,
Have you seen his face?
Yeah, his
It-
face is
But
definitely.
I can't
punchable.
help that, Carmen. It's
I-
just, you know.
I get it, but
I find Carmen through various polls on this radio station. Some people find that face very kissable.
Thank you.
Yeah,
ew.
that wasn't me. I didn't mean it.
I was voted most attractive on the show.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, not a big group to choose from, but
Listen,
you know what I'm saying.
An award's an award.
Yeah.
Mike gives him a kiss every morning when he comes in.
Mhm. Well, he gives me my coffee. So. Well, that's it. Have a great day,
All
guys.
right. See
Thank
you guys
you.
later.
Anybody else besides Calvin watching Paradise City?
No.
Paradise.
Paradise, sorry, because there is a Paradise City too. There, I am.
By the way, I started watching Paradise, and it's good, and I like it. He wants to give away maybe the biggest thing so far.
Yeah.
Like he's like, you find out, but it's like the big reveal that he wants to talk about.
Yes,
Yeah, don't.
No.
You're
Because
gonna ruin it for people.
I know. I'm not. Definitely not. But what episode are you up to? Do you know? Like you're not caught up, right?
Oh no, I think I'm only episode 2, maybe.
Gets good.
Yeah.
It gets good.
How long has this been out? It's fairly new.
Yeah, it's very new. Yeah,
Okay.
it's very new.
Episodic, and they don't release them until like I'm
Once a week, I
I'm
think.
sitting on the edge waiting for the next
Right.
episode. You know.
But it's really cool because there's a lot of going back to this and then forward to this, and like you're trying to figure things out, and they don't really tell you. So there's like stuff going on. And you're like, what is happening? And then there's a reveal, and you go, oh, okay, that's what happened
and
there.
that's what he's trying to tell everybody.
He wants to
Okay.
give you all the big reveals and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's literally one huge reveal that they don't give away until I think halfway through the second episode. And if you knew it at the beginning, you'd just be like, all right, well, yeah, like, but
Just ruin
that's
it.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman can fly, you know, like
Oh.
those type of things.
Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It is about the president, and it shows you the president and his security details. So at night, what do you think happens when the president goes to bed?
He goes to bed and they lock down the residency.
So according to this, the president goes in his room, they shut the doors, and he then takes his iPad that has all of the nuclear codes and all that stuff and puts it in the safe in his room and locks it up. And then they sit there and they guard his room all night. Can you imagine how good you'd sleep if you knew that you had all that?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like I sleep good now.
Yeah.
But imagine, I got guys with machine guns sitting outside of every window in my room, just making sure I'm safe.
Yeah, that makes you safe. But then also, you know that in the safe you have the nuclear codes, and that there's always stuff going on, and they're gonna wake you up at any moment and be like, "Oh, we got a crisis in here." You know?
Yeah.
Or one of the crazies got through security, and now they are your security, and they're guarding you with a gun.
Oh,
Boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
One of your own security guys
Working
kill
from the
you.
inside.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever feel safe
Carmen,
in
I hate
that
to tell you,
position.
you almost spoil alert the show.
Why is it called paradise? Is that they're revealing?
That's what
Damn it!
Let me tell him.
Damn it!
Let me tell him.
No.
I gotta know. I saw a video of a guy trying to jump the fence of the White House a couple days ago.
How'd that work out?
Really?
Didn't work out well.
Yeah.
For one, he gets caught at the top of the fence. It's like spikes, and then the dogs come running down the White
That's
House
what the
lawn
dogs
after
are going
him.
to get you faster
Yeah.
than anything else.
And then a van rushes up behind him, and like 6 more guys get out.
But I'm sure the guy was in very good shape and very athletic and could get over the fence easily
Yeah.
and stuff.
He got to the top, and then he got caught, and he couldn't get over. And then
what do you think? Even if you can shimmy to the top in 2 seconds,
who knows?
Right.
what do you think you're going to do?
Yeah, once you land on the ground, those fur missiles are coming at you.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, you're not running into the area of the White House that is right there that you can run to is not the area that you think you're going to run into the president.
When
Yeah.
he's up
Right,
on-
like what are you gonna accomplish when you get in there?
Yeah,
when he's up on top of the fence, all the guards are just like standing there, like he's not getting in. So whenever you're ready to come down, buddy, it's gonna end badly for you.
I remember there was like I don't know, a movie or show or something in the 80s where the guy was like a cat burglar, but he was in like fantastic shape and could do all kind of like acrobatics and stuff, and he would get away from people. It was kind of like Ocean's 13 or whatever,
Yeah,
the
a
Fox.
little.
The guy who would do all that stuff. But that's like what you have to do. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you're still not going to get to the president, but these people that try and do stuff and you're just a, fat tub and you're going to get tripped up on your own feet. It's like, oh, good luck.
I gotta tell you, people are losing their minds, man. I watched TV yesterday, and I saw Elon in the Oval Office with his kid talking about trying to break up waste from the government.
Talking about what it's like to be president.
Let's not make Don upset.
Oh, sorry.
I know, he
Sorry.
knows you're trying to make him upset.
Sorry.
You're not gonna get him. I watched him trying to talk about cleaning up the government and how the country's going to go bankrupt. We're so behind in the deficit. We can pay the deficit off by half in a certain amount of years and do all this stuff. And I'm watching him say all these things. Then they got Trump, and Trump is like, "We got the hostages need to be freed Saturday by 11 o'clock, or all hell is going to break loose. We're going to destroy it." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right. You got Americans that have been trapped over there for 2 years, in addition to the other hostages, carrying on." And I'm like, "These are all good things." Then I got on Facebook this morning, and I saw some girl I know, and she's like, "I had to unfriend somebody because they don't believe that transgender people should be." I was like, Jesus Christ, come on now. And I'm a big supporter, but there are so many problems in the world. You have to understand that there's got to be a priority in the way that we handle things.
I mean, we got plastic straws now. We've got the
Yes,
America.
yes,
Things are
Gio.
looking up. Things are being
Because I'm proud
prioritized.
to be an
an
American.
American.
Well, at least I know I'm free. Oh, good. We're back on track, man. Paradise. Watch it. It's good, Joe.
I'm in.
It's good. All right, let's take a break. Get the show moving this morning. It's Wednesday, which means Galvin has a brand new open
I
letter.
do.
A comedian and friend of mine named Gabby is coming in this morning. Gabby Bryan is going to be at the Funny Bone. She's going to be stopping by this morning. Is there something else? Oh, Craig Gass.
Yeah, at
Craig
9
Gass.
o'clock, we're going to call him.
Craig Gass is doing something with Steve Gleason and his foundation, which I always pay attention to because the Pearl Jam does a lot with them. So that's how I came up on my radar. So we'll talk to Craig we saw Craig out at the Super Bowl, but we just had wrapped up and got out of there, so we didn't have time to get him on the air. But we will talk to him a little bit today and find out what lies he has to share. No, I'm just kidding. All right, it is straight up 6:30. It's the Mike Calta Show. We got Sporkle next on 102.5 The Bone. Right now, we got to give away some stuff. Carmen, what is that stuff that we have to give away?
Okay, so we have tickets for Leonard Skinner, who's going to be at the Strawberry Festival.
Okay.
Reggae Rise Up.
Okay.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep.
Katy Perry.
Yep.
And Lainey Wilson.
God damn, I hate Katy Perry.
Why?
She
I
does
don't
seem
know.
like a big C word.
Well, I don't really know her. I went to go see. I saw Hannah Montana. What's her name?
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus and Miley Cyrus, and I loved it. And then like a month later was Katy Perry, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go love that. I left. I left right in the middle of it. Yeah, it was terrible. I didn't like it at all. It was too boring and poppy.
She was pretty annoying on American Idol, and she would always, wear different stuff, and you're like, all right, I don't understand. whenever like attractive celebrities wear dumb stuff. Like I've said it before, ladies, please stop doing the blonde eyebrows or the disappearing eyebrows.
My wife and I talked about this. Say
Lady
Ariana
Gaga.
Grande, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
It's looking ridiculous.
You look like an alien.
Yeah, like like sometimes I see something odd and I go, oh, I would never have thought to do that. That's just terrible.
Right. Yeah.
It looked like it'd been in a fire.
Yeah, it looks really weird. Or like you just came down from a different planet or
Yeah.
something.
But I think that's the point.
Yeah, it totally is. It's just like Justin Bieber wearing shorts that are 4 sizes too big and a winter hat when it's 80 degrees outside. And you're like, look at this weirdo. But I'll be honest with you, Carmen. A lot of times I go, it still looks good. I don't know what he's doing.
I said to my son, I just feel like Justin Bieber's father would tell him, "Go, you can't wear those."
Yeah,
And he's like,
exactly.
just leave me alone. I'm Justin Bieber.
But I will tell you this. I don't know. It was maybe 6 months ago or something. Katy Perry came out with a new song, and she had a video, and she was wearing just like a bikini top.
Oh yeah,
and
she's
so
hot.
She looked great
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I think she's been doing some of the Ozempic.
Oh really?
Got tight.
Well, I'm not mad at that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, let's give this stuff away right now. A little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap, your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, Mike and Galvin, you weren't here on Monday, so you didn't get to play that Sporkle. So I figured we'd do another one kind of similar.
Oh.
And today we're going to do 8-letter easy vocabulary.
All right.
I'm going to give you the definition. You're going to give me the 8-letter word.
All right.
We don't seem like a show that uses a lot of 8-letter words.
I think so.
By the way, my father texted me during the break. He was listening.
Yeah.
He said, I do know how to change my oil. I just find it's easier to pay somebody else to do it.
It's true.
I
Yes.
agree with that. Teaching your kids that is also good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, 8-letter words. Your first one. The act or process of making structures by putting together materials.
Building.
Galvin. Activities that relate to buying and selling of goods and
Trading.
services.
Selling.
Oh, sorry. Nope.
No.
Commerce.
Yes. Mike Calta. Having all necessary parts.
Complete.
Mike. The things that are said by the characters in a story, movie,
Dialogue.
or play. Mike. A person who works for another person or
Employee.
for a company. Yes, Pap.
Gio.
Gio gets the point.
Was it though?
Gio gets the point. Any of several games played between two teams on a usually
Rivalry.
rectangular field having goalposts and
Football.
goals. Yes,
Jesus.
Gio. That one was hard to get out. I'm sorry. A person who has earned a degree or diploma from a school. Gio. The distinguishing character or personality of an individual.
Characteristic.
The distinguishing character or personality of an individual. 8-letter word. Identity. The group that is the smaller part of a larger
Minority.
group. Galvin. The quantity of motion of a moving body, measured as a product of its mass and velocity.
Say it again.
The quantity of motion of a moving body, measured as a product of its mass and velocity.
Momentum.
Geo. A book of blank pages for writing on.
Notebook.
Journal. Oh.
Notebook. Mike. Not derived from something else.
Original.
Mike. And Pap. We are halfway there.
Galvin has 2 points on the board. Gio has 4, and Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 5.
All right, we are
Right.
doing 8-letter easy vocabulary. Your next one, to make a person or animal unable to move or feel all or part of the
Paralyzed.
body. Mike,
Oh, why didn't I just say it?
Because you were paralyzed.
I was
with fear.
counting. I'm like counting the letters, and no.
relating to the body of a person instead of the mind.
Physical.
Mike, the burden of physical or mental distress.
Anxiety.
The burden of physical or mental distress. Pressure. A piece of land, often with buildings on it, that is owned by a person or business. 8-letter word. A piece of land, often with buildings
Commercial.
on it, that is owned by a person or business. Property.
We're overthinking these.
Yeah.
Yep. A hole or wound made by a sharp point. 8-letter word. A hole or
Injury?
wound made by a sharp point.
Puncture?
Mike Calta. A plan of things that will be done and the times when they will be done.
Schedule?
Mike. The state of being protected or safe from harm.
Security.
Geo. An answer to a problem.
Solution.
Galvin. And Pap,
Ah.
we are on the last 3.
Galvin with 3 points on the board, Gio with 5, and Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 9.
All right, activated. Let's do this.
All right. 8-letter words, easy vocabulary, last 3. Here we go. The sharing of another's sadness or pain.
Sad
Sympathy?
weirdos.
Mike, sympathy.
Sad weirdo.
Sorry, it's not 8
Too,
letters.
too many letters.
My
Gio.
bad.
Too many weirdos.
Yeah, sorry, not 8 letters.
A number equal to 10 times
Doesn't-
100.
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Mike. And your last one, 8-letter word. A device that is used for protection from the rain and sun. Geo.
Ella.
Too many letters.
Damn it.
Your final score, Galvin with 3 points on the board, Gio doubling that at 6, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 11.
Thank you. Gio, what are the year-to-date totals?
The year-to-date totals, Ian Beckles has 1, I have 2, Galvin has 8, and Mike has 16.
Well, I've doubled. I've doubled.
You've doubled.
Oh.
All right. And I got 2 in a row, right?
That is 2 in a row.
Speaking of your totals, we got to finish our death pool.
Oh, I know. We'll do that this week.
Because
for
I
sure.
think we only have a couple left, right? The bone pick.
That's a
I
card
think we're
Local
on.
pick.
I think we are on 17. If you give me 1 second, I will pull it up real quick.
Yeah, so and then the bone pick, the local pick, and then just a couple more.
I have a feeling we're gonna have a hard time with the bone pick
Yeah.
because we're running short.
I don't think so. I mean, you
Okay.
can pick people on this show.
How dare you?
Oh.
I mean, it would have been a good pick last year.
That's true. Would have
I
been a good
know.
long shot pick.
So
Then you have JP, Monica, Dizzy, John Senning, Drew, Mo.
Yeah,
And we
That's it.
did last year, we did do Mike Olivero and Corey Cardinal.
we did.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're pretty prominent on the station. At least Mike is. I think we should do that.
So we have up to 17 picks completed.
So we can do our the next. So tomorrow we'll do 3 picks.
Well, how many do we have? We have the bone pick and we have the local pick, and then how many other picks do we
3.
have, Carmen?
We have 17 picks ready.
right.
Is it 20 and then plus those
Yeah.
2? Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know. That's what I was asking.
So we'll do one more day of picking 3, and then we can probably bang it all out if we want to in the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow. But we got local pick. I got to think of my local pick too. I got
That's-
somebody I
yeah.
found out that was really
Yeah.
Does Cigar Dave still work on the weekends?
no.
I don't
Cigar,
think so.
Cigar
That
Dave
does-
is not here. What a disaster that was.
He was an alpha male. Please don't
Yeah, no, I get it.
disparage the name.
Do you ever want to punch
So
anybody in the
weird.
face more than like an alpha? I'm an alpha, bro.
Yeah.
Shut up, stupid.
Okay, so for the bone pick, what if we
I don't.
did?
By the way, I don't know Cigar Dave. He may be the nicest guy in the world. I'm not. I don't mean him in real life.
By the way, there was 2 guys that I wanted to punch in the face last night at Kerry King.
Yeah.
They were clearly foreign. They were clearly foreign and had never been to like a metal show before because they were like wearing business casual stuff. Like it's a sea of black T-shirts, you know, all corrosion of conformity and this and that. And this one guy had a scarf around his neck. But it was so funny because then the one guy's just going crazy and filming, doing stuff, and the other guy's like kind of dancing like a David Bowie dance type thing, whatever. And then he went into the circle pit, and I said to my wife, I go, "This is my first time in America." Just elbow in the face. I was
Now,
like,
did Jenny go in the pit?
No, she did not go in the pit. Yeah, neither one of us actually went in the pit.
No, it's so funny. Your wife's so little. I just see her go in the pit and then just get
Yeah.
passed around. All right, Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, it's going to be 77 and sad today. Red Tuesday, but who's driving that?
All right. Galvin has your news. We'll take a quick break and we'll get right to that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I did a telehealth appointment with my doctor yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Within an hour, I had steroids in my system. I'm feeling better.
Nice.
I've been dragging ass since we got back.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I don't know.
How's the training going for everybody for the 5K?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready right
I'm
now?
ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
You walked
Ready to
all
roll?
over New Orleans.
I did.
Trained for
Yeah.
it.
That's true, yeah.
We literally walked like a 5K.
I went
every
from
day.
A all the way to J.
Gio is going to wear that outfit to run the 5K.
Yeah.
Just jeans and a polo shirt.
Sure. Well, I mean, would you expect anything different from Gio?
No.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised to see Gio in shorts the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know whether I've seen Gio in shorts.
How'd
Nice
my
legs.
cast look?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
Not
you.
as nice as
Wait.
Galvin's, but nice.
I gotta tell you, if we die or if there's a crash, whatever, you're getting eaten first.
Yeah, probably.
Why?
Huh?
He's meaty.
Yeah, it's
Meaty.
meaty. You got some meaty legs.
I mean, I don't know why I was offended by that. Like, I feel like I should be eaten
Eat me,
first.
guys.
Eat me first.
It's all right.
I'm way more meaty than Gio.
That is true.
Mhm.
Meaty
But it's like
or something else.
Yeah, it's like alligator though. Once you're past a certain age and a certain weight,
Oh.
the meat's
Just
no
chew
good.
a rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very tender.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean,
I like
honestly,
that.
which one of you you think tastes the best?
I don't know.
Me.
You?
Yeah, because I eat delicious food all the
Hmm,
time.
All right.
Yeah, but
I'm
Gio probably
seasoned-
tastes like burgers.
Yeah, Carmen, you're right. You're cased like a sausage.
Yeah, I'm seasoned on the inside.
Oh.
By the way, real quick, do you see? Damn it, they just changed it. Tulsi Gabbard, all in white with her black hair and
Little
the
stripe.
stripe and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see what is the new Marvel movie that's coming out or new? It's
Thunderbolts?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Julia Louis Dreyfus?
Yes.
She's
Same,
Tulsi Gabbard.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
she's Tulsi Gabbard. That's like exactly what they're trying to do.
I'm so attracted to her.
Oh,
And she doesn't age.
Yeah,
She looks so hot.
so hot. I think whenever she was on the cover, was it Rolling Stone or whatever, and they had the declaration written on her back, and she,
Yeah.
oh man,
Uh,
yeah,
she got hot in Veep. Although I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately.
yeah.
And she had some episodes in Seinfeld where she was looking pretty good. I don't know. I just feel like she looked exactly the same for the past 30 years.
Veep was a great show.
Veep was very funny.
Veep was a great show.
All right, we got a lot of things to do today. We got comedian Gabby Bryan is stopping by in the 8 o'clock hour. We got an open letter before that. We got Craig Gass going to join us late in the 9 o'clock hour. Right now, it's time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, there is growing concern that fighting could resume in Gaza after Israel's prime minister warned Hamas it would end the ceasefire if the Palestinian armed group does not return our hostages by Saturday.
All of them by 11 o'clock on Saturday.
Benjamin Netanyahu's security cabinet met on Tuesday after Hamas said it was postponing freeing more hostages until further notice, claiming Israel had violated the terms of the 3-week-old ceasefire deal. It remains unclear whether Netanyahu is demanding the release of all 76 remaining hostages or just the 3 due to be freed this Saturday. Hamas responded by saying it remained committed to the ceasefire deal and that Israel was, quote, responsible for any complications or delays.
I thought that Trump said all of the hostages by Saturday at 11.
Or
all hell is breaking
You'll
loose.
see what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
All hell is going to break loose.
Yeah. What does that mean?
I don't know.
They
said-
know what it means.
Yeah, they know what it means. But do we know what it means? Does he know what it means? I don't know. What do you think? Like, obviously they're not dropping nuclear bombs anywhere, but who do they blow up? Like, if they know
Some
exactly,
drone strikes.
I know, but who?
Whoever, just so they know.
But you can't say all hell is going to break loose
I know,
and
right.
not deliver hell.
Yeah.
You got to bring hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to check with Elon first.
Oh.
You're going to get Elon killed. You're going to be the one solely responsible for that.
He's the one running things.
He's the one sitting behind the desk
Yeah.
on Time Magazine.
He is so awkward, though. Did you guys see him behind Trump talking about what he's like, what his whole thing is doing?
Yeah.
And his kid is just climbing on him.
I thought that was adorable. I thought it was reminiscent of JFK Jr. I didn't think the kid was a big deal except when he started picking his nose.
Yeah, I don't care about the kid being there, but like Elon cannot hold a conversation.
Yeah, he's got Asperger's. He's not a, he'll be the first to tell you he's got some issues.
Right.
And also he's got an accent, which definitely makes him appear. In America, we feel like when we hear an accent, we think it's somebody's less intelligent. And so we got an accent. We've got a little bit of autism in there. And you got a guy who's a genius or who's very, very smart. And he's trying to explain things in a way that he's not comfortable explaining to lay people. So, he's awkward. You're right, Carmen. But
and I understand all of those things. But what I'm saying is maybe they have how many writers, a speech prepared, or
but
just
nobody
something
wants that. Nobody wants to hear that anymore. They want to hear straight from somebody's mouth exactly what's going on, even if it has to be choppy and it has to be not delivered and polished right, because they've been fed garbage for so long.
My favorite clip of him is at the inauguration where he's sitting next to Barron Trump and he cannot control himself. Like the camera's on him and he's going, and he's like, putting his elbows up and stuff and then doing faces and everything. And you're like, what? Are you a 5-year-old? What is going on?
But think about it. That guy probably hasn't had many days of joy in his life where he can like he probably doesn't have a lot of friends. He probably hasn't been through a lot of you know what I'm saying? Like he's probably got a million yes men around him. They're all afraid to do anything. Now he probably feels like he's surrounded by people that are like kind of his caliber.
Now it kind of feels like you're running a country.
Nice.
That picture of him when he was bald. Remember when he was younger and he was bald? Oh man, that looks weird.
Let me just tell you something. If I was bald and I became the richest guy in the world, I'd have a full head of hair too.
And it looks fine.
Yeah.
It looks totally fine.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know about that other picture, you wouldn't think twice about his hair.
No, I'll tell you, anybody who gets hair replacement done and did it smart enough to where they were losing their hair and they had it done, it is seamless now the way they do it.
Yeah.
I don't particularly care at this point. I'm not gonna be 53 years old and be like, I got a full head of hair now. Yeah, exactly. but for young people who've gone through that early, to have that opportunity to prolong that, I think that's great.
Google Maps officially changed Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America.
Yes.
Now a GOP congressman from Georgia just introduced a bill to change the name of Greenland to red, white, and blue land.
But you can't just do that. You can't change other properties.
Sure we
We'll
can.
see. We'll see what happens. What are they going to
Red, white,
do?
and blue land.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I
That's
checked this
really
morning.
dumb.
Apple Maps, they did it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's falling in line.
Here's my thing. I don't understand really. I just don't understand. I mean, I'm for it. I'm fine. I don't care. But why do you just get to do that?
I think you
you don't have to ask anybody else. You just have to say from now on.
Executive order.
It's ours.
Yeah, but
It's like it surrounds our country. It's like what do we have to ask Russia? It has nothing to do with them. Who do we have?
Mexico might have an interest.
Yeah, we
All
own
right.
Mexico.
Mexico, you call whatever you want. We'll call what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, on your
Yeah.
maps and stuff, it can be Gulf of Mexico. On our maps, it's Gulf of America.
We can go halfsies.
Paul Delgado from Fox 13 put it up this morning that they had officially changed it. And I guess there was a lot of blowback on his page. And Paul said, listen to me. I'm not putting this up for political reasons.
Yeah.
I'm putting this up because I'm a meteorologist whose life is affected by the Gulf of whatever you want to call it. And we need to be on top of these things.
People are so dumb. Like they were attacking him on Facebook thinking he's making some like a political statement.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just a goddamn meteorologist and this is what it's being called.
And
so I
how
have to
many
use
times have you heard him say this is going to go through the Gulf of Mexico and come up? Blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. So now he's going to have to say this is the Gulf of America and it's coming up to, east and blah, 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 and doing this. Yeah.
They're going to call it the artist formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico. It's just funny to me. I'm not against it. I don't really care. It didn't change my life either way. You want to call it what you want to call it, but I just so what is the limitation, Carmen? What can I point to and go, I don't like that name? Not me. I'm saying if I had to give executive orders.
Right. If they do they want to go Atlantic Ocean is now American Ocean.
like Greenland. We can't just change Greenland. We don't own Greenland.
We can't. Yeah, no, we can't change that because we're not even connected to it.
Right. It's not
You know
even.
what I mean?
We can't like Canada. We can start inching up on Canada.
Yeah,
We're connected to them.
and they kind of already have. You know what I mean? But like, we can't just start changing names of things that we have.
Well,
nothing
clearly we can.
Yeah.
of things that we have nothing to do with and things that aren't connected to us directly.
If we change the name of Canada, what do we change it to?
The country above America.
I think I got a good one.
Canada.
Also America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Upstairs
America too.
Yeah.
American upstairs.
Upstairs America.
We just
Yeah.
add America to everything.
Yeah.
Or like that commercial with David Beckham. Other America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other David. Can't have a David without the other David.
I like it.
I listen.
Comerica.
It's funny. It's funny. It's just so funny how it just happened in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like I don't know. I'm surprised he wasn't like maybe he is, and I don't know. But he didn't get so power hungry by the success of that and be like, and I also want to change New Jersey to Old Jersey.
Yeah.
And I want to call just start to new. We don't need New Mexico anymore. It's South Texas. or
Out of
whatever.
all the things wrong with the country, we got this one.
We got that one, and we got plastic straws.
Out the
Don't
gate.
forget about it.
Pizza
Don't
is
forget
now called Trumpsa.
Out the gate, we fixed this.
Yep. Did
Do you,
you?
real quick? Do you think he just said that on a whim?
Yeah.
Do you at the inauguration or wherever? Do you think he did? Because Hillary Clinton rolled her eyes.
I
And
feel like he did say it on the campaign trail. I think that wasn't the first time he said it. I think he did say it while he was campaigning. Like towards the end. But I might be wrong. But
and
I
then
feel
just
like
popped it. He was so happy.
Yeah.
He was like, just said it again, and they were like, all right.
because a lot of people said it was like he's keeping a campaign promise. I've read.
But I wonder, like, how it came about. Did he say something about like Gulf of Mexico? Maybe we call it Gulf of America. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that. Just that he was flying over it, and he was like, "Where are we at?" And they're like, "We're over the Gulf of Mexico right now." I like Gulf of America.
Yeah.
He hates Mexicans.
Yeah.
Yes.
All I know is that there's a story about youth hockey on or some sort of local hockey game on the news right now, and Dom played hockey last night.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're
Okay.
connected or not, but
He sent me
We'll see.
pictures.
he did
Yeah,
of him.
let me know.
Oh, it's a parent that attacked a referee.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
they say,
have
okay,
that, yeah.
okay.
That's crazy.
By the way, the Badgers won. That's Dom's team, the Badgers.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
I think right. Didn't anybody send?
I think yeah.
Yeah.
Badger up.
Did anyone get dumped yesterday? Joe,
Well,
did you get dumped?
No.
my wife did tell me to get off her.
Yeah.
No, that was it.
Carmen, you and Chad still good? Sex pillow, everything's working out.
Yep, we're going strong.
Well, a lot of people apparently got dumped yesterday. It was Red Tuesday, which is popular day for breakups before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You know, you're in that awkward stage where you're like dating for a month or two or whatever, and you're like, I don't want to do Valentine's with this
I don't.
person.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know?
want to have to buy anything if
Yeah.
I'm just gonna break up with them afterwards.
Right.
Mm.
So yesterday was Red Tuesday.
I can tell you, Chad told me he actually got me a Valentine's Day present.
Oh.
And was like, it's not much, it's something little, because we originally said we're not doing anything. We're gonna go to the concert.
New
and,
vacuum.
And my sister just got
He
me
still
one.
likes you as much as you like him.
I think so. I
yeah,
hope
it
so.
seems so, right?
Yeah.
Because
I
you're
mean,
pretty whipped.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm like head over heels over him.
Oh,
I
man.
think he's just starting to like me.
I can see
Finally
that.
coming around.
Yeah, I feel like after New Orleans, after we were gone and he had to eat pizza for a week straight, he was like, she actually does do a lot for me.
Oh.
Nice things, you know? She keeps me alive.
Gotcha.
By the way, speaking of New Orleans, wasn't it Red Tuesday when we went down there?
Yeah.
Carmen? Was it Red?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only for a couple days.
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
short-lived.
Gross.
Yeah.
Right.
Chad missed that. He missed you blowing up the bathroom for a
Oh,
whole day.
Yeah, no wonder why he loves you. You do all the gross stuff in front of us.
Yeah.
You had double
Where's-
evacuations.
You know what's so funny
had
is
food
how many
poisoning.
girls would be so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
So embarrassed.
Oh, my wife would never let us know that she was doing
Not
that.
in a million
No.
years.
Carmen, she told us every time.
Yeah.
She
I'm
said,
going
"Don't go upstairs."
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, you're welcome. I couldn't hide it. It's not like that was
You could have
You
tried.
could have been
No.
dainty. You could have been dainty about
Yeah.
it.
I said, leave me alone, and I would just run away. I didn't do it in front of you.
You at one point pushed past me and said, "Mama's got to make stew." That
I did
was
not ever
you did.
say that.
That was
That
Mama
did-
gotta make her stew.
That did
I
not
heard that.
happen. Calvin, that did not happen.
I
Carmen.
heard that.
Carmen came out of the bathroom, wiped her face with a towel, and said, "Jambalaya."
She was pale
nasty.
sweating at the table.
You were.
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, go home.
Yeah. I
Go
looked at you.
home.
I was like, I just feel like if I look as bad as I feel, I'm gonna
And you
like
did.
Yeah.
Scare off.
I'm
our
gonna scare
guests.
off
Yeah.
guests. So I was like, I feel like I should leave. And
No,
Mike's like,
can I tell you something? You didn't look bad, but you honestly look like you were miserable. You look like you were just dying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like throughout our show, like I probably went to the bathroom like 15 times.
Yeah. By the
Yeah.
way, Carmen, wrong kind of sweaty lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not the sweaty lady you like.
No, that's not the sweaty lady.
It
I
was a
like.
nervous sweat.
Yeah.
Listen,
Flop sweat.
Listen, I know Eli Manning was going to come do an interview. He looked over and said, "No way."
Yeah, no way.
yeah, I don't blame him. I felt rough, man. And like when I went back to the Airbnb, I just laid in bed the whole entire time.
You should have
Yeah.
walked around naked like Tom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not do that.
Wait for us to come in.
No.
Hey, boss.
He set that up. He set that up.
100%.
Listen to me. Are you starting to wonder
What?
if you were victimized?
I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, because there was no way he knew that I was out in the hallway. I didn't knock on the door. I didn't say, "Hey, Tom," or anything. I was just out in the hallway. And then, like, he just opened the door and goes, "Oh, sorry," and then covers up.
The timing was too perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, he was waiting to hear footsteps. And then
I
just-
have never just, while there are people in the house, walked from room to room naked.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
Even
And
if
that's
my
what I said.
room was in
I
the
go,
room.
so you were ready to walk out of the bathroom into the family room where he was sleeping, and he says, "Well, that's my bedroom."
But I would have got dressed in the bathroom.
100%.
Right.
yeah.
What a normal person
And
does.
even if you, I forgot to bring my clothes in here, put a towel around you,
Right.
walk out
Right.
and do that. Yeah.
I mean, when there's nobody home, I'll walk around naked.
In
Even-
your own home,
Yeah.
and you know that there's nobody home.
Right.
Not in an Airbnb that
No.
you're sharing with 6 other people.
Right.
That you know that there's definitely people there.
I know Dizzy has to room with Tom on the cruise.
He's going to get it.
Dizzy's very concerned
He's
now.
gonna get it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah.
He's very concerned.
He's gonna meet little Tom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mama's got to make her stew.
Hey, boss. Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be wild.
Mama's gotta make her stew.
Yeah.
What did she say when she came out?
Jambalaya.
It did not happen.
You're welcome, Chad.
Oh man.
It was
We
wild.
weathered the storm.
Yeah,
so
we
you
had
can
to
have
handle
that.
all the bad days.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was you guys wouldn't have known I was going through anything if I wouldn't have told you.
Oh, we knew.
Yeah, red wedding down.
Yeah.
Jambalaya back.
The vultures were, hovering
Yeah,
over the
hovering.
van. When we
Bears
parked.
were chasing us.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. I'm surprised sharks didn't show up next to the sprinter.
So anybody watching the big Best in Show, the Westminster Dog Show?
I like to wait to the end when it gets really. No, of course not.
Well, it is the end.
Oh.
A giant schnauzer won Best in Show at the Westminster Dog Show for the first time ever. And a 23-year-old British guy has now saved his. I thought that was two different stories. Sorry, that's two different stories. I was like, what happened there? So a giant schnauzer won the Best in Show.
Well, good for you, Schnauzer.
All right.
Well,
It's-
I don't know. That dog show is so weird to me.
It is. It's very weird because they're always doing such weird stuff and they're running their hands down them and
Yeah.
they're checking their
And
teeth.
we like our dogs so much that we want to do stuff with them and play with them.
Right.
And they're all, like I want my dog to sit on the couch with me and,
Yeah.
and rub her belly and all that stuff. And they're constantly combing their hair and like Galvin's checking their teeth. That's just a weird relationship.
Those dogs don't look happy.
No.
The other thing is it's so weird that they have like somebody else handling their dog. Like this person owns it and then this person handles
Right,
it and does the
right.
different stuff. By the way, you ever see that movie Best in Show?
Yes.
That's funny.
Great idea for a movie.
Yeah, that's really funny. It's what's his name that does all that stuff?
Yes.
Married to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Christopher Guest.
Christopher Guest. Yeah, Christopher Guest is one of the funniest guys out there.
Yeah.
By the way, they're doing the new Spinal Tap though. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
I
do
don't
another Spinal
know.
Tap.
I don't know when it comes to Spinal Tap who they think that audience is. Like if you're going after the people who enjoyed it the first time, what is this, like one last hurrah on the road, or I don't really know. It's like a Blues Brothers reunion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's going to be the exact same thing where they're going to go, ugh, what is going on?
Yeah.
Is it remake or sequel?
Sequel.
Sequel? Okay.
Yeah.
Never works out.
You caught lightning in a bottle. It was funny. It was, I don't know, was it the first like mockumentary?
Yeah.
I think, the first one. And that was funny. And it was a lot of ad lib stuff. And it was weird. And it had a lot of stuff that bands can relate to, trying to find the way to the stage and doing the.
And
Hello
also
Cleveland.
three very relevant people in the movie at the time.
Yeah.
Like Michael McKean and Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer were all fresh off Saturday Night Live for Harry Shearer. McKean had the Laverne and Shirley thing. I mean, like they were all like comedic actors who were now they're just old guys. I mean, they still work and they still do stuff, but they're not that generation of
but it's just
comedian anymore.
It's going to be so forced.
Is Rob Reiner directing it, or is he involved?
I mean,
I would imagine he is. Yeah,
I mean,
and you know, the amps are going to go to 12. I mean, that's going to be the big joke. All
This
the
is
old
the-
jokes recycled.
this is the movie equivalent of the Harry Met Sally commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
And there's going to be so many guest stars of musicians that are relevant now that you're
Right.
going to go, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you getting involved in this?
Yeah.
A new report analyzed actual data from insurance companies and accident reports to come up with a definitive list of the best and worst drivers by vehicle brand. Who do you think are the best drivers by brand of car or vehicle?
I mean, I wouldn't even know how. I mean, I would imagine if you had an expensive car, you're protecting it, a Mercedes perhaps. But I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start with this.
Tesla comes in at number one.
Really?
Tesla, Ram, and Subaru have the worst drivers.
Oh.
They say the worst. Tesla drivers, nearly 37 incidents per 1,000 drivers through 2024. That includes accidents, DUI, speeding, and citations.
But
and
is
that
it
type of stuff.
affected by the amount of Teslas that there are on the road?
So that's an interesting thing that you bring
Yeah.
that up, because I'll tell you why coming up here in this next thing. Ram was second worst, and after being worst overall in 2023. On the flip side, best drivers for vehicles, best vehicles for the drivers, Mercury.
Who's got a Mercury? Who's driving a Cougar?
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. That was the only Mercury I could think of.
Cougar.
Yeah.
Is Mercury Marquis? Mercure?
When was the last time you saw a Mercury on the road?
That's what my grandma had.
Of course it was.
But my grandpa retired from Ford, and
Yeah.
that's Ford's luxury
Yeah.
thing. So she had the one that was like the Taurus, the Mercury, but the Ford Taurus, but
Yeah.
the Mercury version of it. And that's what she always drove.
So Mercury, number one. Pontiac, number two. You don't see a lot of Pontiacs
No.
either.
No.
Cadillac, which you see plenty of Cadillacs, have the best drivers. Mercury drivers had 19 incidents per 1,000 drivers nationally, whatever. Yeah, 19 incidents. It's all the same guy.
Yeah.
Driving one Mercury. That just doesn't even make any sense
it doesn't
to me.
make any sense.
If you extrapolate it all, you're like, okay, well, there's one Mercury out there. So weird. I can't even think. I want to Google.
It reminds me of being a kid, like seeing those type of cars.
Oh yeah, Mercury. I see cars on the road and I go, who buys that?
Yeah.
Who buys that car? Who has Mercury? What's the models? Yeah.
Cougar?
Let's see what.
I don't even think they make the Cougar anymore.
I think that stopped in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
I've never
Mercury's
even heard
done.
of these. Mercury Marauder,
Nope.
Mercury Milan,
Nope.
Milan, I have heard that.
Mercury Capri, Mountaineer. I've heard of the
Okay,
Mountaineer.
that's the
Yep.
wagon.
Mariner,
Are they
Grand
all
Mariner.
M's?
Sable. No, Mercury
That's
Sable. That's
that's
what
what
you're.
my-
Yeah,
That's what
Yep.
Mima had.
Yep.
The Marauder, that's like a little mini SUV looking thing.
Let's see if I can see the picture. No, it's a sedan.
Oh.
I mean, maybe they have one too,
Oh.
but this picture in here is a sedan.
All right.
Yeah. So good luck with the Mercuries. You're wonderful drivers. Good job. Health.com. It's so funny. You try and think of what to eat that's healthy, and you go, okay, I'm going to eat this, and they go, yeah, that's not healthy. That's
No.
terrible for you.
Yes.
Health.com posted a list of 5 highly processed foods that aren't really that bad for you.
Like what?
Whole grain bread.
Okay.
You think you're eating healthy with whole grain bread, but it's really processed stuff. I mean, if you're getting whole grain bread and it's like, couple ingredients, that's much better for you. Grass-fed meats,
Gross.
hummus without a lot of added
Oh.
stuff,
Grass-fed meat is like you take a bite of it, you chew it,
and
then
you
like,
taste.
grass.
Yeah,
And you're saying it's not good.
they're not that bad for you.
Did
They aren't really that bad for you. These are highly processed foods that aren't really that bad for you.
Did Junior Bacon Cheeseburger make the list?
Wait.
Surprisingly, no.
No? Oh.
Canned beans
Okay.
and certain types of yogurt, even if there's some added sugar.
Canned beans.
So the thing about beans is
Preservatives that they have to keep in there.
Yeah, that type of stuff, whatever. But like the frozen vegetables are actually good for you if they flash freeze them, and they're good because it keeps all the nutrients and everything in there,
Right.
as opposed to whenever you have to put them in a can and do that stuff, and they add salt and they all add all the different things that they have to put in there.
And for beans, if you buy them like dried, you have to rehydrate them and let them sit in water. So that's why the canned beans, they're just easier to use.
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah, so if they're not that, I always use canned beans.
And it's the same with rice. If you buy the rice in the pouches that you can just throw in the microwave, that has all kind of seed oil and all different stuff. It's not as healthy as if you had the
So much
yeah.
easier.
Yeah, but it's so much easier. And
Rice
that's the whole
is just a
thing.
pain in the ass.
And that's what they're counting on, and that's
Yeah.
why McDonald's and Burger King and everyone else is just like, we're already making it. Just come through.
Yeah, Carmen,
Listen-
I've never been able to make rice the right way without.
I showed you a recipe. It's on my Instagram. It is the easiest way to make rice, and you will have it. It's just as easy as the pouches that you buy in the store. It's a little bit of work, but it is way better for you. It even has protein in it.
What's
and
bad
it
about
comes
it?
out perfect.
What's bad about the boil in the bag rice? Is that bad?
Because you got to think about it. The rice is in a plastic bag, and then you're cooking it in a plastic bag.
Okay.
Therefore, those plastics are melting and leaching into your food, like the forever chemicals and stuff.
I'll eat my food.
Is
Hey, you know what? I'll never eat again. Ramen.
Yeah.
After watching all those videos and then put the ramen under the microscope.
Oh.
Have you seen
yeah.
that?
It's
just
Things
like cardboard.
crawling on it.
yeah.
No,
It's-
cardboard. Nothing. They just everything has bugs on it.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Ugh.
Carmen, I don't know why, but I think you're gonna love this. Papa John's thinks you want to smell like garlic sauce.
Yeah.
So they have created a limited edition bath bomb that smells like Papa John's garlic sauce.
I am in.
Well, they're only giving them out to select super fans on social media, so you may want to start putting your video together and try and get a Papa John's bath bomb.
Deal. They may have the best garlic butter. Like the one that comes with their pizza for their crust, that may be top notch of all garlic butters.
Carmen, good news. You already smell a little bit like garlic.
Yeah, they got a natural
do.
hue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, but listen, okay, because of our trip, I have a stick of deodorant now, and I have been using it.
No.
Don't eat
So
it. Yeah.
I don't. I have. So I do not smell like garlic as much as I used to.
Hey, Galvin, do we need breaking news?
Oh, yeah. What you got?
30-something-year-old woman uses deodorant for
Yeah.
the first time. Very proud of
Yeah.
herself.
Unbelievable.
I don't like it.
Do you? I knew a girl who was German,
Mm-hmm.
and she used to eat a lot of garlic, and then when she would sweat, you'd smell it through her pores.
Yeah.
That was gross. I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
It's
That's
kind of like
common.
getting the meat sweats when you eat a lot of meat and stuff,
Yeah,
cold
you
cuts and
just
everything.
Smell
you
like
get
a nice little T-bone.
the,
This girl smelled like a garlic
bratwurst.
press. Yeah.
A man in Seattle, we just saw this on the news here. A man in Seattle is facing misdemeanor assault charges after shoving two referees at his son's hockey game. Interesting. The refs were 12 and 14 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was kid refs and he was
Fight the
pushing
kids.
around. Yeah, they say the attack was unprovoked.
Well, so they said that the problem was that the refs didn't break up a fight where his son was getting beat up. So he went out there and pushed the refs.
Come on.
I thought they were adult men. I didn't know they were kids. He went out.
12-year-old,
and pushed.
14-year-old.
Stupid.
Went out there and started pushing them.
I've never been that father, man. Never second guessed the coach. Never yelled at the refs. I mean, every once in a while the ref will screw up a call or whatever, but you just cheer for everybody. Make it fun for the kids.
Yeah.
People take things too seriously.
If you notice the NHL on break because they have the Four Nations tournament going on, that's going to be starting. And Victor Hedman from your Tampa Bay Lightning is hoping to stretch his winning streak against John Cooper to 2 games on Wednesday. He said, hopefully I can keep it going. Hedman, who is Sweden's captain and number 1 defenseman, said with the grin on Tuesday, one day before the team faces Canada, coached by Cooper. So he's the captain. Hedman's the captain of Sweden, and they're taking on Canada, which Cooper is the head coach for.
When we take over Canada, I'll welcome them.
Yeah.
Cooper and those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Canadian
Sure.
hockey players, all good.
So you got the Four Nations taking out. It's America, Canada, Finland, and Sweden.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
It's just something they're trying to do. Whatever.
I know, but we're in the middle of the season.
But it's kind of like NBA's doing in season tournament stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever they're coming up on the All-Star break here soon. But I don't know. I think it's just stuff they're trying to do to get people more excited about it and watch different stuff. So
It's not working.
my wife, of course, wants Sweden to win.
Sweden. She's a big Hedman fan.
She loves Victor Hedman. Yeah. I always have to try and say bad stuff.
Because he looks like Sabretooth in the X-Men movies.
Nothing works.
Yeah.
He's always down in Humane Society helping out and stuff.
What a terrible person.
He's 6'7".
Yeah.
Handsome, good looking, and a nice guy.
Millionaire.
Probably got abs.
That sucks.
Excellent hockey player.
Been playing for Lightning forever. Yeah.
Wait till we. Oh no, he wouldn't even be affected. I was gonna say wait till we change the name of his country, but that's on him.
No.
He's from Sweden.
Well, maybe we take over Sweden.
Yeah, never know.
American. The Philadelphia Eagles are the early favorites to win Super Bowl 60.
Let's not get
next
crazy.
year.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the way they do it.
We're one D-line guy away from winning that Super Bowl next year.
They are followed by Mike's team, Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills are tied for third.
I think the Buffalo Bills are due, but they seem to find a way to fall apart at the end every time.
That's rough.
Yeah.
They can't get past Mahomes.
Yeah.
Watch some video because clearly the Eagles did. Figure out how to shut him down. He can be shut down.
That was unbelievable. When they sacked him like 3 times in a row, I was like, what is going on? And then it was like he was so nervous about being sacked that he was just throwing the ball into the ground.
No.
Seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody predicted that type of ass beating.
No,
for sure, no.
That was wild. Nike released an ad celebrating the Eagles Super Bowl win, and it's set to "It's Not Easy Being Green," sung by Kermit the Frog.
Oh,
and a lot of people are thinking they're trolling Patrick Mahomes.
100% they are.
Who sounds a lot like Kermit the Frog. Yeah.
That is
I
definitely
do a
trolling
little
him.
bit of a good Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a good Miss Piggy.
I will tell you, the far superior Kermit the Frog.
Who?
Drew Garabo.
I'm unfamiliar.
He does a solid Kermit the Frog.
He does. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to bust your bubble.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Get
Try
a
it
new
again.
one.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm sorry.
Can't
I haven't heard it's been a
understand
while.
you.
It's been a while.
You're on the spot.
It's bad.
You're just
It's
It's been
too
a while.
much.
It's
Too
been a
much in the
while.
back of your throat.
mumbling.
Okay, Piggy.
No, I gotta hear you guys. You give Drew a chance.
Why are there so
Oh,
many?
damn it.
That's
That's
not
better.
bad.
That's better.
About rainbows?
By the way, speaking of doing impressions, have you seen what is his name? Damn it. Now I can't think of his name. I had it earlier.
Ed Grimley.
I am losing people's names.
You're getting old.
You know that?
Yeah.
I do that all the time where I'm like, I have no idea what the person's name is anymore. He is a comedian and he does Biden stuff. He does a bunch of face swap stuff. He does Bill Maher.
Jeff Richards?
No.
No. Yeah.
He was on Kill Tony and he was doing RFK. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it was fantastic. He had a glass of Mountain Dew, and Tony goes, RFK, what are you drinking? He goes, this is owl urine. It helps with brain. And all this stuff. It was so funny. God, I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of his name? Kyle Dunnigan.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Dunnigan. There you go. Did it. We've got it, guys. But it was so funny. He does a really good
Owl
RFK.
urine.
Yeah, he was coming up with all kind of stuff. One of the comedians came up and was saying something about his mother had MS and stuff, and he handed him something, and he goes, "What is that?" And he goes, "That's petrified raccoon something." And he goes, "Give it to your mother; it'll solve her MS." Oh, it was so funny. Yeezy.com was taken down for selling a swastika t-shirt. And Kanye is now being sued by a former employee who says that she was harassed for being a woman and for being Jewish.
Oh.
I think she might have a case.
Yeah.
Are the orders still processing or pending, or where are we at on that?
Are you waiting for yours or what's going on? Did you and Joe order one?
Joe had one for sure.
No, I definitely did not.
No, Joe already had one.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Joe,
yeah.
come on.
I'm not. Don't,
Joe loves
don't float
Jewish
that out there.
people.
Yes,
What?
I do.
What a crazy, crazy, crazy story that is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Like when it's attached to Kanye's name.
Oh, you
it's not
believe
that
it.
crazy.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You believe it because
Yeah.
it's Kanye, but it is crazy. Like the fact that it's 2025 and that could
Somebody's
even
doing
happen. Yeah, it's like what is going on? And it's not even anymore like I wonder if he's doing this for publicity. He's just a lunatic.
Right.
Yeah, like I was talking to my wife about it yesterday because she's a fan, but she's also a therapist, and she's like, he's
And
definitely
Jewish.
bipolar and Jewish. Yeah. She's like, he's definitely bipolar, and he's definitely having an episode, but that's still not an excuse, for any of this.
I still think it's him trying to prove that he is untouchable. That's what I think it is.
But I mean, he is touchable.
But in his mind,
Yeah.
he's proving that I can do anything and I'm untouchable. That's what I think it is. It's a power move. He bought a commercial in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl to direct people to a website selling his swastika T-shirts.
I heard he's trying to change it to the Gulf of Hitler.
Yeah.
No.
I find it
crazy.
interesting that the Super Bowl has turned down so many ads before, but they did not vet this one.
Like, how did that get? How
They
did that get
vet
through?
it. They did vet
But
it.
did they change it the last second?
They changed
Yeah.
it once it aired. It changed because it had like 20 items on there. It was merchandise and stuff, whatever. And then as soon as it aired, it switched over to
old
just
rope-a-dope.
the swastika T-shirt.
But see, I feel like with someone like Kanye, he's up to something. He's been very vocal about not liking Jewish people.
Right, and
so
you would
to
also-
sell him that spot,
Right.
it's on you.
You would also think that they would have some sort of form, a contract or whatever, and said if you change the thing after it airs, that you get penalized, whatever, however much money or whatever it is.
Like, is he sitting home somewhere going, ha ha, ha ha, like, I got you.
I think so.
And that's it. That's the big win.
Because Jay-Z, being a part of the NFL now, Kanye and Jay-Z had a big falling out.
Yeah.
So is it like an FU to Jay-Z?
I don't
type
know.
of thing?
If Jay-Z's not Jewish.
He's not Jewish, but he is part of the NFL. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's kind of what Gio is saying. Like, he's showing that he's untouchable.
Yeah.
Because I'll show the NFL what I'm doing.
I cannot be canceled. Watch this. That's what
but he is canceled.
But in his mind, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
How else do you even rationalize that?
If I had $200 billion, I wouldn't be canceled.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip that was from a couple weeks back on Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley and Shaq and those guys, where I think Kenny was saying something about, do you think he was trying to make an analogy, and he goes, do you think that Jay-Z, blah, 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 and as he's saying it, Charles Barkley goes, probably not the right time. Because Jay-Z was involved in all the P. Diddy stuff and everything. And Shaq got up and walked off. He was laughing so hard. Yeah. It's like, there's so many wild things going on. There's so many crazy storylines that are happening right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't get past the Diddy stuff. Like, I'm not even 100% sure what's going on with any of this. Like, I don't even really know what the crime is. They keep saying sex trafficking, but I don't know who was trafficked. And then they say underage kids, but when is that all going to come to fruition? When are they going to charge them with all that?
Well, they're saying all kind of stuff because there's rape, there's sex trafficking. There's a guy that just came out the other day, street performer, that says that Diddy put something in his drink and then hucklebucked him. But then there's
also
the
hucklebuck.
A girl that woke up and there is celebrities raping her and all kind of stuff. And the guy, whatever attorney, said the names that'll come out, it'll floor you, the names that are going to come out with this.
It's set to go to trial on May 5th.
Okay.
That's when it starts.
The other thing is, I don't think we've really accepted the fact that at the center of this Diddy thing, somewhere near the center of this, revolves around Reginald Vell Johnson, the father from Family Matters.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I am dying to know if that's true or not. If Al from Die Hard was getting it from P. Diddy.
Do you think they'll televise this trial?
I mean, they have to.
They have
this
to.
is going to be
It's
the
like
biggest
OJ
thing
level.
ever.
Yeah, they did the
We're
Johnny
all
Depp.
dying to hear all this stuff.
They did the Johnny Depp poop in the bed. You got to do Diddy baby oil all over the place. You
and
know
it's
what I mean?
not just Diddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's everybody.
So all that stuff's gonna come out.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be very just like Epstein. They keep telling us we're going to get the list, we're going to get the list, we're going to get the list, and then it's all done underneath.
I think we've already gotten the list.
No.
I think we already know the list. The list is Bill Gates. The list is Bill Clinton. It's the people we expected. It's Woody Allen.
We got bits
it's all
and
the nerdy.
pieces of the
It's all the
list.
nerdy white billionaires. It's exactly what we expected.
I think the judge decides whether or not it can be televised. I think. I don't know.
Yes, but I can't see how they would deny that this is in the public interest.
Right.
It's been the biggest story.
Well,
for
they
the
didn't
last
televise
year.
the Trump stuff.
Because it's sexual.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's true. Maybe because there's
a lot of
minors
victims,
involved.
Yeah.
Right, and there's minors, so I feel like that will be the reason that they do not televise it.
Is Drake involved in the Diddy stuff, or were they not friends?
Drake came up later, so I don't
Okay.
think he's part of the Diddy stuff. He has his own stuff to worry about right now.
I can't stop watching Serena Williams crip walk.
Well, so have you heard people are kind of upset with her
Why?
because her older half sister
Got killed.
died. Yeah, was killed by a Crip.
Oh.
And it was sentenced to 15 years.
Oh, come on.
And so they're all like, you're doing this to get back at your ex, but you're also supporting the gang that killed your sister.
I don't know if the Crips actually walk like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done a lot of gang research lately, but I'm not sure whether the Crips are walking like that.
They are really digging into the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there was so many little Easter
Yeah,
eggs that
I
made it so
guess.
much more exciting. You
Who
know.
knew?
Well,
Did
and
you
then-
know that I found this out? So they had the PlayStation controller down there,
Yeah.
and it had the X and the O and the square and all that stuff, and that they ran the sequence on the X's and O's that you run in GTA to get full immunity, so that you can't be hit by any
Oh,
bullets or
really?
anything. Yeah, and they ran that in the thing. Man, nerds find out everything.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
He's so just to show like all the stuff, all the Easter egg stuff in there made it so much cooler to me.
Yeah, I've been watching YouTube videos now that shows all the stuff.
We should start a YouTube channel where we just explain things to old white dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you why this was cool, and then you just explain it.
Mandy Moore is upset that Amazon delivered a package. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Delivered a package to the charred remains of her in-laws' house.
Oh.
They just, I don't know, I guess I just leave it here.
That's the address. That's the address.
That's the address, yeah.
Who's
Amazon.
ordering packages?
Well, it may have been a package that they ordered, and then,
And they left
Yeah,
it
but
there.
it's just like the end of Castaway. He still delivers that package.
Yeah.
That's your job as a driver.
Yeah, that's
it's not
her.
our fault that your
Yeah.
house isn't here anymore. Amazon says it reached out to her and so they can figure out how it happened.
I mean, they got to imagine those people think that people are coming back to check for their belongings and stuff.
Yeah. I'm just going to leave it. Your
What do you-
package is right next to the burnt down
Yeah.
front door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
took a
think? What do you
picture.
think that was in the package? Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Too
Too
late.
soon.
It was too late.
Wow.
Didn't make it there in time.
Joe's making funnies.
This is some sad news. Al Roker's ex-wife passed away.
Yeah, I heard.
77 years old. Doesn't say what the cause of death was, but I guess she was on oxygen for her last moments.
Was she fat like he used to be
Yeah, it
fat?
was his first
Oh.
wife, so you know she's probably big, and then she's
Yeah.
on the oxygen.
Yeah. I don't know.
She got rokered.
He had the stomach staple thing because he was going to
He
die.
did it early.
He was going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it early, and he looked good, and he maintained it for a long time.
Did he look good or did he look weird? He looked
looked
him and Randy Jackson had that where their head was still the same size, but their
Yeah.
body got skinny.
He kind of looks like a deflated balloon.
Yeah.
So when we first went back to doing mornings, it was when Twitter was relatively new, and I tweeted out, "I'll never get used to seeing skinny Al Roker." And he immediately wrote back, "Get used to it, buddy." And I went,
Oh.
"Okay, sorry, I didn't even add him." You
Take
know?
that, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at you, Al. I was just surprised. Raise your hand if you dosey-doed with Al Roker. Just me? I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Al Roker, when I was a shock jock, Al Roker was in downtown Tampa and doing a live shot, and they were like square dancing, and I just walked into the shot.
Oh, wow.
Hooked Al Roker's arm, dosey-doed with him, and then walked off.
Nice.
What a star!
Yeah.
All right.
He did it.
Though.
Do you think Al,
He's on the
Al
Today
Roker says the time I did with Mike Calta?
Probably not. But
No.
he did. I did interview him some years later, and he remembered that. He goes, "It's very interesting when somebody comes out that you're not expecting, and they're your size. It is very
Yeah.
jarring." And I go, he goes, "But a delightful dancer." There you go.
Light on your feet.
Yep.
Finally, in news, Saturday Night Live is preparing to have their big 50th anniversary special. You excited about that? We've been watching all the stuff, Saturday Night Live, the music and the different guests. And
Very
everything.
excited about it. Who do you think should shine on this show?
Well, I can tell you, NBC's long-running late-night sketch show will celebrate its impressive milestone on February 16th, so it's coming up in just 4 days with a 3-hour special beginning at 8 p.m. On Monday, the series released a list of former cast members who will once again take the 30 Rock stage.
Eddie Murphy has to be there.
He is.
Okay.
In a clip, a car drives along the streets of New York, passing by massive blue Post-it notes bearing the comedy legends who are going to be there. The cast includes a mix of original cast members such as Lorraine Newman, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris. Then you have Jimmy Fallon, Amy Poehler, Eddie Murphy, Fred Armisen, Molly Shannon, Kristen Wiig, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Maya Rudolph, Pete Davidson, Tracy Morgan, Tina Fey, Will Forte, Andy Samberg, Kate McKinnon, Seth Meyers, a bunch of different ones.
Yeah,
Chris
I got
Rock, everybody. One thing that they pointed out was they didn't see Bill Hader's name there. And people were like, where's Bill Hader? We have to have Bill Hader there. So we'll see. The special will also feature celebrities that have been guest hosts. Adam Driver, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was a great host. If you've not seen Bad Bunny do his thing with Please Don't Destroy, where he's Shrek, it's really funny. Dave Chappelle, John Mulaney, Kim Kardashian, Martin Short, Miley Cyrus, Paul McCartney, Paul Simon, Peyton Manning.
Oh, comic genius.
Robert De Niro, angry Robert De Niro, Sabrina Carpenter, Woody Harrelson. Steve
Where are
Martin,
they
Tom
putting
Hanks.
all these people?
Yeah.
Well, it's a big thing because I've heard David Spade talk about it before, where he was like, "I was on the show, and they're like, you don't get a plus one."
Yeah.
It's because there's so many people. And who was it? Oh, I saw Billy Crystal talking about whenever what's his name, Crazy Gary Busey was in the audience, and he came out as Fernando and was doing his thing, whatever. And Gary Busey started talking back to, because he goes, "Oh my God, Gary Busey, I didn't know you were alive." Da da da. This that. Gary starts talking back to him, and he's going on to his next thing, whatever. And Gary's still talking. And he goes, "You have no lines, Gary." And like Gary got up and like started walking towards him. He's like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, I think that'll be good. So Friday night, after the show Friday, we head down to Captain Brian's Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples. And Friday night, it'll be me, Bobby Kelly, and Louis C.K. and Danny, who opens for Bobby, will be out there. I'll just be hosting the show. And then Louis will be performing on Friday night. And then Louis leaves Saturday morning to go to this Saturday Night Live thing. So
nice.
He won't be there on Saturday, but he will be there on Friday. And then Saturday night, you'll have to just enjoy the comedy stylings of two best friends.
Yeah.
I got
So
nothing.
are you going to do some stuff on Saturday?
I'm so right now sick and got nothing. I think I'd like to go up there, say hi to everybody, and then host the show.
But you don't want to embarrass
I don't
yourself
wanna
in front
embarrass
of Louis.
Oh, I
so
definitely
on
don't want to
Friday.
embarrass myself
Right,
in front
and
of Louis,
then
but I
on
don't want to embarrass
Saturday-
myself in front of Bobby either because I'll have to hear that forever.
You got a tight five?
I don't right now.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
I feel like such garbage right now.
Right.
Do you want to use Joe's fire extinguisher
You can.
joke?
That was good. It was good. It's a little bit, got to work it in somehow.
It's the timing. You got to get the timing
Yep.
right.
Yep.
You go up there. Yeah, you guys see this? Many more. At Rainbow's got a package.
By the way, I did see the clip of Letterman on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon the other night. It was,
yeah?
It was really funny.
I didn't see it.
It was
I heard
good.
he came out like during the monologue or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of took it over.
He goes, they're up there, and then Jimmy's like, "Yeah, Dave, you're here. Do you want to just do some jokes?" And Letterman's like, "Of course." And the crowd goes nuts. And the card guy goes, and he looks, "All right, let me see him." He's like, No. And the guy's like, shuffling the card. He's like, "Oh no." He's like, "You know what? I'm good."
That's so funny. That's kind
Yeah.
of a little bit of a takeoff. Remember whenever Carson came out one time on Letterman's show? Carson comes out, the band starts playing the Tonight Show theme, and everyone's going crazy and stuff. And he comes over, and Dave stands up, and Johnny sits down at the desk, kind of does this, and he goes, "No," and goes walking back out. Didn't even say anything, just
It's
walked
very
back
similar.
out.
And Paul Schaefer was there in the band. And,
Oh, really?
And David's like, "Paul, what the?" He goes, "Paul, have you been here the whole time?"
That's
Like,
hilarious.
check it out. It's really, really funny.
Were they promoting anything, or did you just happen to be in New York?
I think they just happened to be in New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why Paul Schaefer was sitting in, or if that was
I
known.
wonder, he's probably there for the Saturday Night Live
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
It's like
he's
Paul
probably
was
there
one of
all
the
week.
original cast guys.
It's like, "Paul, you're still here? You know we used to do this for a living, right?"
You have to see the Jason Reitman movie Saturday night about the beginning of Saturday Night Live. It's really good. I've watched it like 3 times already.
Yeah, it's good. It's very
It
good.
is some of the best casting you'll ever see in movies. They really nailed these actors who are not famous people. Most of them, guys you've seen once or twice, to play these characters. The guy who does Chevy Chase is better than Chevy Chase.
It's unbelievable.
He captured 70s Chevy Chase so well.
The Belushi guy,
Belushi guy is
Aykroyd was
great.
great. Yeah, there's so many that are really good.
It's and then the kid who plays Jim Henson
yeah,
and Andy Kaufman.
yeah, plays both of them.
It's hilarious.
This is the guy from Succession, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant.
Cousin Grant.
Yeah,
Cousin
he's
Grant.
good.
Yeah. It's good.
Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin. Thank you.
Got it. You done?
What happened?
Got a little belly. Not Carmen type belly.
Jambalaya?
Jambalaya.
Mama got to make her stew?
Just- what's that?
Mama got to make her stew?
No, there's no stew brewing. I just don't feel good.
You got the
It
bubble
just-
guts?
It just hit me. No, it just feels like, bleh,
Mm.
you know?
Joe, get in there. Help him out.
Joe, what do you got for me?
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. You should have something.
I got a sandwich over here if you want.
No,
one.
no, I don't think I could eat
I
anything
can't
like-
imagine if you're like stuffed up and phlegmy and all this stuff that coffee with cream is helping.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't feel very phlegmy. I just don't feel very good. You know.
Like you should not eat dairy when you're sick.
Yeah.
And phlegmy.
Yeah. All right. Stop saying phlegmy. That's actually adding to the pain that I'm having.
Okay.
I have to go take 6 pills now, or 5 pills on day 2.
Oh yeah.
I have to go take my my pack here. I don't know. You know what? You want to know how old I am? My wife has to read all my medication instructions to me.
Oh, yeah.
I got the box
yeah.
and I go, I don't understand this. And she looked at it and she goes, take all 5 of these now. I go, 5 at one time? And she's like, it says it on the, like we're arguing over, like, we've become old.
You think she's trying to kill you?
I hope so.
Take 5?
I hope
It
so.
says take 2.
Take
Yeah.
2.
One
Don't
every-
take more than 2 a day.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. I'm going to go take my pills. Gabby Bryan's on her way here. She'll be here at the top of the hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Oh,
You all right?
I'm good, Galvin.
Did you take
for
all your
now.
pills?
Took my pills.
Mm-hmm. You're only supposed to take 1. Did you? How many did you take?
Well, so I read the instructions to make sure my wife wasn't trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I had it. It said no
Did you
matter
get a
what.
magnifying glass?
Yes, yes. I had to take a picture of it and then pinch it open with my phone. It said to take them all the first day, no matter what time it is, even if you're taking them all at once.
Mm.
Then the second day, you drop them in, 1 in the morning, 1 at lunchtime, 1 after dinner. So
Gotcha.
I only took 1.
All
We're
right.
good right now.
Oh, okay. So not 5 again.
Not 5.
All right, 5 throughout the day.
Yes.
All right.
By the end of the day today, I should be. But tomorrow, I should be solid.
What'd you take it with?
Coffee.
Oh no.
What do you
No,
know?
Bad idea.
No.
Why?
You got to take it with something solid. You have to take it with food.
No, it said before breakfast.
Well, yeah, but then you're supposed to eat breakfast.
Yeah, well, I'm not a breakfast kind of guy.
You're supposed to put it in cheese and then we give it to you and then you spit it out.
Now we don't know.
Yeah.
Hide it and then
Joe,
put it
get the
away.
peanut butter.
Okay.
No, Joe, not the peanut butter.
All
I
right.
know what you do with that.
No.
Totally
No,
different.
all right.
I won't fall for that trick again.
Not again.
That's what Tom did to Galvin. Got him with the peanut butter.
Hard to get out of my hair.
Gabby Bryan is a very funny comedian and a good friend of mine. She will be on the show. She's going to be at the Funny Bone tonight, and I'm very proud of her that she has come this far. That she's doing the night at the Funny Bone in Ybor City tonight. She'll be here in about 15 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, right now it's time to check in with Galvin. He's got a brand new open letter.
And now, an open letter from Galvin. This is an open letter to people that hated the Super Bowl halftime show. Dear people that hated the Super Bowl halftime show, seriously? So here's the deal. You 100% could have watched the Super Bowl halftime show and did not like it. I didn't like it, but if you beat your wife or kicked your dog or spray painted a 6-letter word that starts with N somewhere in the last 3 days, there's more of a problem. Now, I'm not saying that if you didn't like the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show that you're racist. But if you're racist, then you definitely didn't like the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show. I didn't like it, but I said, he's very popular, and that's not for me. And then you know what I did? I just went on with my life. I'd love to see Judas Priest or Slayer or Iron Maiden play the halftime show. Probably never going to happen. But if it did, I'm sure there would be people that didn't like it. And that's fine. But I'm not sure if there would be people getting together with other like-minded people to try to stop that from ever happening again. I got to meet the great Cowboys running back, Emmitt Smith, when we were in New Orleans. I put up a picture with him on Instagram, and because he played for Dallas, I put Beyonce's song where she sings This Ain't Texas, because, you know, Dallas, and I'm clever. So many people were like, great picture, but terrible song. Or, I hate Beyonce and I hate that song. Oh, good, because I was wondering what some dumb redneck thought about that song. That's exactly why I posted it. Who cares? If the Super Bowl halftime show got you so upset that you get crazy like that, you may want to go to a therapist and get professional opinion, because I think there might be something deeper going on. If you've been yelling it from the rooftops, or you've been posting on social media every day since it happened, or you told every person that you run into in the last few days that you hated the halftime Super Bowl show, then you probably don't like Kanye either. But you may really like the t-shirts that he's selling. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to people that hated the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah. I mean, I try to think about it, Galvin, and I'm like, I saw an interesting breakdown of the halftime shows over time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the halftime show hit its stride till Michael Jackson was on it, because it used to be Broadway shows,
Right.
Yeah.
and clips from musicals and things like that. What did that have to do with football?
No
and
idea.
who is that audience?
Yeah.
Now you look at the audience and you look at us, old white guys. Not that that's a bad group, but are we the target audience of the future of the NFL? Or is that target audience young folks who might be listening to something way younger than what we're listening to? Like, I don't understand how this doesn't make sense to people and why people can't do exactly what you just said. Yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Or a guy like me who is very curious to see it because my wife is a fan. My daughter and son are a fan. I don't know the story, but I know there's some beef with Drake. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen. So I watched it, and then I saw all these Easter egg things that I didn't know what they meant until the kids explained it to me. And then at the end with the game over, and then with the I found out 2 days later about the XOOX code, the GTA code, and then the Serena Williams lock in, the SZA lock in, like all these things made more sense to me, and it made it more exciting to me. But it still didn't change my life, yes or no. And to me, what you're going to get is a musical performance at halftime, and either you're going to be into that artist or not, and it's time for you to go take a number two or sit there and watch it. That was basically what you do.
By the way, speaking of middle-aged white guys, you see Noel Gallagher is the spokesman now?
No, for what? He didn't like the halftime show?
Yeah, he called Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show absolute nonsense.
Yeah, but that's great because that's Oasis. Oasis hates everybody but them.
Right,
Oasis
exactly.
thinks they're better than the Beatles.
Yes.
So that's what makes Oasis so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carmen, they're just...
Oasis is not cool.
Oh, they're very cool.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, to a bunch of old white guys.
By the way, Carmen, I'm on your side. I would slap him right in the face and just go, shut up, sit
His
down.
stupid face.
Nerd.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Couple good songs.
You have one song.
Oh, yeah. Way.
How dare you?
Come on.
Not in HD.
Yeah, exactly.
Not HD.
If they were a movie, it would not be in HD.
When was Oasis popular and when was Carmen born?
Carmen, when were you born?
91.
Oh,
Bang.
Oh, there you go.
That's when they're
Oasis wasn't popular until 2000, until the late...
Until
the
she was
late-
9?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Right. Oasis shouldn't be doing the halftime show.
No, it'd
No.
be huge.
Yeah. Like I know
Would be
their
huge.
one song.
Which one?
Wonderwall.
Nope, you know other songs.
You do, Carmen.
Champagne Supernova.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've heard him. If you
Okay.
if
Yeah,
you hear
yeah,
him, you'd be like,
Baby, I don't really want to know. I mean, that was almost as good as my Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was your Kermit.
I
the
just
Frog.
sang.
Oh.
I just sang every Oasis song for you, just in that one line.
Yeah.
And you gotta go, oh, okay, I know Oasis.
Now I know I've
Exactly.
seen online because the Super Bowl is in San Francisco next year. People are now pushing for Metallica
It's
because that's where they're
I mean,
from.
that would be great, but who's interested in that?
Nobody.
No.
Metallica and another one that would be great, but also who's interested? Journey with Steve Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but I mean, it's a
Yeah.
Super Bowl halftime show,
Right.
so you're shooting big and stuff. But if you had Journey with Steve Perry, there'd be a big audience that would be interested. But how much of the NFL audience? You know what I mean?
Listen, yes, I think that everybody knows "Don't Stop Believing." That song has transcended all ages and all groups. Everybody loves that song. If you could get that, that might be the biggest get in the history of the Super Bowl, even if it's a one-time one thing. It never happened.
Also,
Wait, let me-
Metallica though. Metallica
doesn't have enough of mainstream songs to satisfy a Super Bowl crowd.
But what I'm saying is Metallica is the biggest metal band. Do they even play the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
are they even?
But they are,
that
no, because
of the audience, because of the crowd, right?
you definitely think with the audience. No, it would make a whole heck of a lot of sense. I mean, baseball brought them out when they played out there.
Yeah.
Baseball brought them out when they played in the Padres. They
I'm
brought
trying
them
to
out.
think of different stuff that they. I mean, obviously, Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman.
we would think it was awesome.
Yeah.
No,
The
but I'm
vast
thinking, like,
majority would
the-
think it was horrible.
the songs that everybody knows. Like you could
Yeah.
walk up to anybody and play it, and they'd be like, "Yeah, that's Metallica."
Enter Sandman.
Yeah, but
That's
Enter
it.
Sandman. But is it just the Enter Sandman, like Master of Puppets, because of how popular stupid whatever that
Stranger
show
Things.
is? Stranger Things.
Yeah, I
You have
would
a
think
younger
that
audience.
does it.
But I'm saying, like, do they have 3 songs that everybody knows, 4 songs that everybody knows? I mean,
think
we know them all.
I think
Yeah.
if they did a artist of San Francisco, and they had Journey, Metallica, and some other hip hop artist or something like that. That was all, and they did and they just did a 3 different thing. That could be something, but I don't see them sharing that either. I
But
don't.
how long? Like this one seemed pretty long.
It's probably about 12 minutes.
Yeah, I think they said 13.
13,
yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing maybe a mashup of 5, 6 songs, something like that.
Yeah. If you have 5, 6 songs, you're mashing them up. If not, you're stretching out 3.
Yeah.
Well, since Apple Music has taken it over, it's all been current artists. Well, I guess no, it hasn't, because last year was Dr. Dre and all that.
Yeah, but that was in LA, and that was a perfect. I mean, that was the most watched one in the history of halftime shows.
That was great.
Yeah, and I'm not really into that stuff.
No.
Yeah, but
The songs were more recognizable, I feel like.
But I feel like also is that reaches women, it reaches young people, it reaches old guys. Like it gets everybody, it touches everybody. Whereas Metallica, I just think is too much, just straight dudes, straight old dudes.
I think they're playing to the non-football fan.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
That is their. I think that's the one angle that they have to bring them into football. Now, if you can
And
touch,
Metallica scares them.
yeah, and my daughter who loves SZA was not watching football, but she was
Right.
watching the halftime show.
I'd rather
That's
get breakdowns of the game.
But that's the thing. They already have you. You're already watching. They do not need to get your attention.
Yeah, but Carmen,
Yeah.
it also is a time for everybody to go eat, go poop, go do some stuff.
Right.
It's actually a time where there's a lot of eyes not on the TV unless it's something interesting.
My daughters only came downstairs during the halftime show.
Yeah,
Right.
and
That was
same
it.
thing with
And
my
they,
daughter.
They went right back upstairs after that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
I'm looking at the different artists, and none of these are playing for Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of big artists that are coming out of San Francisco. But it's just not going to work. Like Grateful Dead, you got Steve Miller
Now,
Band.
Grateful Dead would be somebody to incorporate into. I hate the Grateful Dead, but there's somebody that big that would be something. I think that would be I don't know. I think that would be a big deal.
Jefferson Starship, Santana.
I think a
Huey
Grateful
Lewis
Dead,
and the News.
I think a Grateful Dead would be huge, but I don't think that they
Yeah,
would. I think they would abandon the people.
Way too old.
Way too
Yeah,
old.
way too old, way too hippie, way too weird.
Yeah. Also, the players in the NFL are all in their 20s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Way
And
too
they're not
old.
listening to the Grateful
No.
Dead. Mm,
But they all probably thought it was cool that Kendrick Lamar was there.
Right.
absolutely.
Oh, well, there was the thing from the Hard Knocks whenever they said the one guy was going, he was like, I'm going to see Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be in the locker room at
Right.
halftime. I'm going out to see Beyonce.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's just the way it's going to happen.
Yeah, I can't believe that people are still mad at Beyonce for the
Country stuff.
thing. Like that blows my mind.
Stolen-
I love that song. He's like,
Wow.
yeah, it's just-
Stolen Valor.
But it's also another one where I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's not Stolen Valor. I mean, it's what.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just
just so
She's from
weird.
Texas.
That's the thing.
I'm just repeating the type of stuff that I see online that the people that are upset by this.
I 100% think that she's doing the old, you're going to cross over to pop, I'll cross over to country.
But they all do it.
No,
Most-
yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like, you saw Taylor Swift started country, went to pop, became huge, whatever.
Right.
So what if I do the reverse? I start pop and I go to country and become huge.
But then why are not people pissed off that Post Malone just did an entire country album?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then he
'Cause
did
he didn't
rock
win an
stuff,
album.
and then
Right.
But he didn't win Album of the Year. He didn't take that award away from somebody that has been doing that their whole life.
Yeah.
Again, I don't care either way. I am just saying this is what upsets people.
He is also a white guy.
I was
And
gonna
then-
say she's not
Yeah.
white. That's the problem.
And then you have MGK who started out rap and then went to rock.
Kid Rock did the same thing.
Kid Rock, yeah, went from rock, rap,
I'm not pissed off at him.
stuff, whatever, to country, to who knows what.
Yeah, I don't know what
To
he
shoot,
does now.
to shoot beer with a shotgun.
I saw somebody the other day with that said that hey, stop talking to me. That Machine Gun Kelly sells nail polish now.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
And
he's
makes
probably-
a
he has a line.
$1 from it.
You know who the rumors of Kid Rock was seen with in New Orleans at 3:00 in the morning?
Let me guess.
Oh, I think
the
I know.
hot political chick,
Bobert.
Bobert.
Yeah.
Oh, Boberts.
Apparently, they both got into
Yeah.
left a party and both got into a Uber or something together.
They said that Kid Rock was playing at some party, like there was thing, and he got up and started doing it and got mad because people weren't clapping along.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I watched it. That was at Gabby's father's bar in Nashville. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kid
so
Rock.
fun.
getting
Did you
those
see the
forwards.
video?
No, I didn't see the video.
So he was up on stage and he was clapping and the audience wouldn't clap and he turned around and he goes, "If you're not going to clap, then I'm out of here." And he got up and he walked out. And David was playing keyboard. He was like, "Okay,
That's
whatever.
hilarious.
Keep going." All right, let me take a break. We got our next guest coming in. Gabby Bryant's going to be at the Funny Bone. Gabby is a great girl and a good friend of mine for a long time. Her dad is David Bryan from Bon Jovi. And they do a podcast together, which I want to talk to her about that. We'll bring her in next. It's a Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. In the studio with us is my friend Gabby Bryan, who is a very funny comedian who has stared at my face more during COVID than anybody else in my lifetime. Gabby was on the Calta and Kelly podcast with us. Where were you at the time? In New York?
I was in Brooklyn,
In
baby.
Brooklyn. You were in Brooklyn. Bobby was in Westchester.
Mhm.
I was here, and then you would bring in also the myriad of guests that we had, from Bill Burr to Michael Che to the Sagalo idiots, and those guys,
Sagalo idiots.
the
I
Sagalo
love
triplets. I mean, we had guests on every night: Joe List, Mark Norman, and coordinated all of that effortlessly. It was fantastic.
You've actually really known me since I was a comedy baby.
Yes,
And now
yes.
you've seen me grow into a comedy tween, I would say.
So honestly, Gabby and I had met you when you were a baby and did not know you. And then years later, you're popping up on the thing. And actually, so Gabby's dad is David Bryan from Bon Jovi. And the first time that we connected was I was still in the studio, and your dad was one of the first famous people to get COVID. And you got
Yes.
him on the show with us
Yeah.
so that we could talk, because we were all like, "What's it like?"
Yeah.
Everybody was so scared. And your dad called in the next day, and he was like, "Yeah, it was like having a cold for a couple of days. It wasn't that bad."
Well, you have to understand, like, we're Jews, so we're
Yeah.
always sort of falling apart. Everyone's sick. Everyone's always like a shade of gray.
Yeah,
So him getting COVID first was not a surprise.
no.
And he was milking it.
Well, but I mean, at the time though, you didn't know what it was going to do. It was, you had to be a little bit nervous because everybody was freaking out about it.
Yeah.
And this is before vaccine talk and all that stuff.
It was
and
March.
Yeah. It was way early. And he was cool enough to come on the air because then, because I remember he was on with us, and Johnny B, who was on at night on our station, had some local like cam model who got it on. Like, they were like few people. I mean, it was like leprosy at the time.
You remember there was the lady over in Sarasota, and we're like, somebody in Sarasota has it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the idea of like David Bryan and a cam model
Yeah.
in the community. That's
Yeah.
a
Two
perfect
fancy
duo.
whores.
Two
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
Sorry, can I
Whoa,
curse?
no, you cannot curse.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, bleep
I
it.
thought you
Sorry.
said
I got it.
funk. Yeah,
I said
Carmen got it
funky.
back there.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Yeah, I got
Carmen.
it.
Yes,
I'm
no
from New
cursing.
Jersey. I'm trash. No one
I
told
under-
me.
I
I thought this was
understand.
Florida.
Now, I don't know where to start with you. I have so many things to talk about.
Oh my God, I actually genuinely miss you.
Yes, I miss you too. Like, and I don't mean that from a way of, oh my God, we were together every night,
Truly every night.
for 6 days a week for months and months at a time. That was pretty intense. I tried so hard to not make it solely what it was about when you walked in this room, but I was trying to look at your new boobs.
Okay, I have brand new boobs.
Yeah,
Wait,
very good.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. I can't believe I can't curse, but I can talk about boobs.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
such a fun dichotomy of
in
America.
in a weird kind of way. We can only talk about them to a certain extent, not to not me, but what somebody would want to do with them.
Sure.
We could just talk about you getting them.
Of
yeah.
course, and thank you for keeping it clean in that way.
In a country where you could just look at a Gulf and change the name of it,
Yes.
and bring back plastic straws with one tweet, you still can't say the SHI word on the radio, which is ridiculous.
It's
to me.
heartbreaking.
It's
It really
heartbreaking.
is.
Yeah,
It
but
really is.
listen, I've learned to live with it.
And that's fine.
Okay, so you, how old are you now?
I'm 30, but don't
See,
tell anyone that.
You appear a lot younger. I
Thank
don't
you.
know
Thank you.
what that is like from having a 12-year-old daughter to the day that she comes to me and says, I would like to get breasts. But I do understand the importance of them for a
Yes.
flat-chested woman.
You have to understand, boobs are the coolest thing in the world, right?
Yeah, I'm a
I think
fan.
we could all agree. I mean, all the boys in the studio are standing up, standing ovation right
Yes,
now.
yes.
They're the coolest thing in the world. And I've been, like, in my family, I was raised by a rock and roll. Like, we have no boundaries.
So I asked for boobs for my bar mitzvah.
Right.
Okay, I've been asking for boobs.
Your relationship with your dad seems to be fantastic.
Yes.
Because I had you guys both on together one time, and I went, "This is going to be awkward to talk to him about sex," and she was like, "No, we've been open about stuff for years."
There are no boundaries in my family, and that's how I prefer it.
But I would imagine that's the best way to be. Having two children and being similar in that way with those kids, I think, is the best way to be. To be honest,
I think you have to be best friends.
Yes.
Especially when we know, like, you're a radio guy, my dad's a musician. Like, we know what you've been up to.
Yeah.
We know it.
Yeah, there's
So don't lie.
right, exactly. So let me ask you this. These are, and this is things that I think about. First of all, I also took into consideration the embarrassment of the level of Bon Jovi memorabilia that I have that you probably didn't see in your short walk in here. But
I sort of assumed
it's
by
everywhere.
your like face and vibe that you would have a lot.
I am a fan. Yeah.
Did you ever tell her about the love note you wrote?
I don't think so.
What's the love note?
Do you know that I sat on that story for 20 years and didn't even tell these guys and waited until Richie Sambora was on the show to tell
The
it?
hand-delivered love note?
Handwritten letter that I wrote Richie Sambora.
Did you add nudes to it?
No. It was not sexual in nature. His mother and father lived in an area where they would purchase baked goods from my uncle's bakery in Tom's River.
Tom's River.
And when I went there one time, my uncle was like, "Yeah, we made a cake for Richie Sambora." And I go, "Let me see it. I will tell you what to add to it. It's a guitar shape. Put stars on it and put them there." Like I had to fancy it up.
Yeah.
And then they would make deliveries to the house. And I was like, I gotta go see this house. And I went and I stalked the house one day, and because I wasn't quite sure if Richie lived there or not.
Yeah.
And then I was living in Florida, but visiting New Jersey, and I wish to God.
By the way, Mike's hoping to get new boobs too for Richie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, your old ones aren't cutting it anymore. You have to upgrade.
I wrote the letter and did not ever talk about it to anybody until Richie was actually on the air with us, and I said, "I have to tell you this most embarrassing confession in my life," and if I could, as much as it would probably pain me for the rest of my life, if I had a copy of it, I would read it aloud if I could.
I wish you didn't, but I
yeah.
can't imagine it was like in cursive. You sprayed it with cologne.
No, it was not. It was not. It was not
I imagine it's in crayon and the R's backwards.
Yeah.
It's like cut out for a magazine,
Yeah.
like a murderer did it.
Do you want to be friends?
Yeah.
I love you so much.
It was probably a little of that. So your mother, it's you and your brother, you're twins.
I have a little brother too.
Okay. Your mother, how was her? I can't imagine. We're not talking about somebody who plays keyboard for Billy Joel every once in a while on the road. I mean, this is Bon Jovi. This is 7 continents of girls just throwing themselves at them in what appears to be one of the most female-oriented rock and roll fan bases. You can't go into that situation as a wife and assume that your husband's not having affairs on the road. And I'm not saying you did. I'm saying, like,
let's out David Bryan
No,
on the
no,
radio tonight.
I don't mean David. I mean every rock star. Like, how do you go into that relationship and assume that? To John recently, and I don't know John. John's been on the show a couple of times, but I don't know John at all. And John said, what do you attribute the success of your marriage to after all these years, to your high school sweetheart? And he said, my wife forgiving my indiscretions. And I just wonder, like, that's been the biggest mystery to me. Is this somebody who gets married into that situation? Now, maybe now your dad's older and, he's been married again. And maybe in that situation, they go into and go, look, I've laid seed in 7 continents. I'm pretty good right now.
Sure, and God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say 7 like Bon Jovi's toured Antarctica.
It's also absolutely disgusting to think about. And I really look back at images of just merely what they were wearing.
Yes.
And it hurts my soul.
Yeah.
Like the little leather. I mean, they were dressed like women.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
For the time, it was acceptable for them.
Yeah. My dad had hair extensions.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in
Bad
crop
hair
top,
extensions.
bad, long to the ground hair extensions.
He had a solid Jufro.
He had a full Jufro. He had a lion's mane. At one point, he like straightened his hair. I remember growing up, I would go to CVS to like get an eyeliner, and my dad's like, "Can you grab one for me?" Too? Like he is a woman, in the best way. So
that's why you guys get along so well.
Yeah, no, we're both
sharing
girls,
makeup. Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
The other day, I said, "Do you want to try on my hat?" And he said, "I just did my hair." So that's really the energy. So I can't imagine what he was up to. He always tells me he just doesn't remember the 80s.
Right. Smart answer, I
yeah,
would
which
think.
is good. But
Yeah.
every now and then, a really good story comes out.
Yeah.
Like a really funny, disgusting story.
Any famous people, girls that he hooked up with?
No, because my dad was kind of the dork.
Yeah.
My dad was like the funny guy.
Okay, your dad definitely was the funny guy.
Yeah, he was the one doing bits. He was the dork. I mean, in high school, they called him Virgil because he was a virgin. Like, my dad was a full loser.
Oh, he was
until
a Virgil.
He was a Virgil.
He was a Virgil. How do you fix that? Put him in the biggest rock and roll band of the
in
80s.
the world, and he was no longer a Virgil. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So, just thinking about him sort of hitting on women in a dress.
It wasn't a dress.
It was
leather
adjacent.
pants.
It was dress
Yeah,
adjacent.
yeah.
It was hot pants and a crop top.
Yeah.
But as someone who loves hot pants and a crop top, I empathize and I wish him the best.
Yeah. I got to tell you, that must have been one hell of a life.
We did the podcast this week, and I asked him, I was like, do you even actually understand that you are famous in the best time to be famous?
Yeah.
In the best genre of music.
Yeah.
No, there's no
crying about your
cameras,
parents.
No darkness. Like, you're in
Right.
a hair rock band.
Yeah. That
with
must have been
a
the greatest
female
time.
fan base in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
all party songs. Everybody
mean,
wants to have fun.
The economy is booming. It was the best time to be famous. I was like, do you even actually understand that?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I guess. Like, he is, I run his Instagram, so he has no idea what's going on.
And very unassuming. Not I've been to dinner with your dad and talked to him on the phone, and he's not. You'd never know he's a rock star guy.
He's a cutie pie.
Yeah, he's a nice kid, nice guy, kind of guy you want to hang out with. Definitely a good dad. Cares about. We talked about you at dinner more than anything else, I think.
We're best friends.
Yeah, that's also. I mean, Gabby's a comedian. She's here, and that's what she's promoting on. But I'm talking about her dad because they do this podcast together.
Yes.
And a lot of these things have to. Like my wife and I started doing a podcast together.
I love that.
And we didn't
I
get to the point where anything got uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But I imagine that was coming, and I would think that's gotta. If it hasn't come for you yet, will probably happen.
I don't really think so.
No?
Like, I can't stress this enough. I know about everything, and if it ever goes too far, my dad just goes, "I'm not telling."
Well, that's.
But
smart.
he announced my boob job on the podcast. He was like, "This, Gabby, how do you feel? Last podcast without boobs." Like, we have really, genuinely no boundaries.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I know what he's done. I'm not an idiot.
No.
I'm a comedian. Like, I know he's been a disgusting.
And how
maniac.
is your what does your brother do?
My brother's a real estate agent. He's so normal.
So
he's
removed
so sweet
from
and
everything.
shy.
So
But-
you're the one that got the gene.
Well, he's also really funny. He's just sort of like secretly funny.
Yeah,
you
low
know?
key.
He's like the guy at the table who's like whispering punchlines.
Right, right.
Just to the person who's next to him.
Right. He's not the show off.
Yeah, so he gets it. So I'm the annoying one, but
Yeah.
he's also really funny.
Now, how do you hook up with my number one best friend, Bobby Kelly?
Bobby Kelly and I mean, it's a story set in the stars,
Yeah.
really. It really is the prophecy. So I started comedy year one. My bat mitzvah DJ
Right.
said, I'm best friends with a comedian at the Cellar. His name's Lenny Marcus.
I know
I'm going to
Lenny.
set you, Lenny, who's hilarious. I'm going to set you up with Lenny. He'll like mentor you. Well, I ran around to different shows with him. He would go over my set.
Yeah.
He would like quiz me on what jokes he changed in that set to make sure I was paying attention. Like, he was like really a great mentor. And we were sitting at the Cellar one day going over jokes. And he was like, Bobby Kelly's producer just left today. It's like a big dramatic thing, whatever. He's like, I'm going to go introduce you. So I went up. I insulted him immediately.
This is for YKWd?
This is for YKWd.
Okay.
I insulted him immediately.
Right,
I
smart.
literally think I called him fat,
Right.
honestly. And he was like, I like you. Let's go up, do the podcast right now. It was like trial by fire.
Right.
And I also had no idea what was going on. And I'm just like trash from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
So if you start insulting me, I start insulting you, and now we're family.
Oh,
You know?
good.
And we're like the same person.
He is. I often tell him it is difficult to be friends with him.
hmm
He is very demanding.
Yeah, he's needy.
Thank you.
He's
I always say
so
that, and he says,
needy.
I'm not needy. He's very needy.
Working for him, I mean, I would get 17 phone calls a day, and I go,
Yes.
Bobby, this is a podcast. This isn't rocket science.
Right.
I got
we
it.
could swing it.
Yeah, I was like 22 running the operation. I'm like, I got it. You're
Yeah.
fine.
He is. He gets mad at me if I don't open mail fast enough.
Yeah.
He sends me a package. He's like, dude, you got the package. I go, I've been home for 10 minutes. I don't even know what's here. It came 9:09 a.m. signed for and left by your front man. I'm like, all right, relax.
He's
I'll go
tracking
look
the
at it.
USPS.
Yeah.
He's a maniac.
He's the best.
He
He's
is
the best.
a maniac. I love him. He's my comedy dad.
Yeah.
I was FaceTiming him in the airport.
Were you?
Yeah.
He is going to be here tomorrow.
I'm so jealous.
All right, so listen to this train.
Okay.
Gabby is at the Funny Bone tonight in Ybor City with two other comedians.
Mhm.
Then you head to Captain Brian's. Now, I understand you're going to be doing some charity work down there and helping a young up and comedian.
Yeah, I'm
with you
doing
then.
a real favor to a local comedian named Louis C.K.
Uh-huh.
Giving him time out of my day
out of your set too.
Yeah, out of my set, and I'm opening up for him, and
That's on Thursday.
that's on Thursday. So I have my headlining show on Thursday, early show. He has the late show,
Right.
and I'm opening up for him.
Are you nervous to do that?
I'm actually freaking out.
So, I mean, here's the thing. You wonder two things. One, is he going to be paying attention? Probably not.
Probably not. Which is good.
I'm trying to get that in your head because even if he is, you don't want to know about that.
Yeah.
And then the fact that the entire time you're up there, you know that he's behind you is going to bug the hell out of you.
Well, okay. I'm obviously such a fan of his. He's a comedic genius. And
Right.
every stand-up has studied Louis C.K. Like,
Yeah.
I know every joke by heart. Steph Dag is also opening up for him, both of us. We are both, like, truly can quote every Louis joke.
Yeah.
So, but also we've been doing this for 9 years at this point.
Oh, so you feel comfortable?
So I actually feel, and I've bombed in front of famous people
Yeah.
already.
So you're good there.
So I'm actually not nervous. I'm more like, let's go.
Gabby, can I tell you the best thing you just said, that you bombed in front of people? So often young comedians feel like they never bomb. And they get like, I
Oh my
love how
God.
every time I get on Facebook on a Friday night, every comedian that I'm friends was just murdered at this place. Did you just murder them?
I think it's these people have psychosis.
Yeah. It takes bombing to realize when you're actually good, you have to bomb first.
But also I was raised comedically by Bobby Kelly. Like
Yeah.
I would host his shows at the Cellar, and Bobby and Voss and Keith Robinson would sit in the back and heckle me.
You, yeah. That's
A year into comedy. Like, you could actually run on stage and punch me in the face at this point, and I think I would be like, and thank you so much,
Yeah,
and go back
yeah.
to my set. Like,
dude, anytime I ever go to the Comedy Cellar and they go up and they all sit at the table and I just go sit at the bar, I'm like, I'm not even going anywhere near that table. I just hear them yelling at each other. I don't want to be caught in that whirlwind.
it's a moment in
Yeah.
time. But that's like, they threw me into the fire young as a comedian. So now I'm just like bulletproof in a way, where I'll bomb. If I bomb in front of Louis C.K., that was the prophecy, and
Yeah.
that's fine with me.
Good for you. So that's tonight at the Funny Bone, tomorrow at Captain Brian's.
Mhm.
Then we head down to Captain Brian's on Friday, and we're gonna miss you.
I'm so
by a
mad.
day. I know we could have hung out because Bobby's no fun to hang out with.
I know.
He wants to go to TJ Maxx.
He is
buy
a
sneakers.
Maxxinista. I've been saying this for years. Bobby Kelly is a Maxxinista.
Yeah.
That's the headline. That's the episode title.
This is the truth.
He loves TJ Maxx.
He does. And I don't know what he expects to find. A pair of white sneakers, all white Reeboks from the early 2000s.
I don't know what he's up to in these department stores,
I don't know.
but I love him.
Yeah. But seriously, I'm looking forward to him being here, and we're gonna have a good weekend. So between Tampa and all the way down in Naples, there's gonna be good comedy the entire weekend.
Please come out.
Now,
Please
what
come
do you who are these two other people that you're with?
My openers right now are Stuart Fullerton and Steph Dag. They're both hilarious headlining comedians.
Right.
So basically, when you're a girl on the road, you don't really want to tour alone.
Yeah.
So we just take turns opening up for each other.
Yeah.
And right now they're biting the bullet and opening up for me. So they're like headlining level comedians.
Are you saying there's a
Hosting.
girl named Stuart?
Her name's Stuart.
That is a great, kind of sexy.
Yes, and she's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And she's a rodeo legend.
And that's her real name, Stuart.
Stuart
I love
Fullerton.
it. Okay.
Yes, hilarious comedian. Steph Dag, hilarious comedian, dark comedian.
Yeah.
We're all really
That's the other
different.
thing that Louis likes.
Yeah.
Is girl comedians who are funny and dark, like Adrienne Appalucci.
Yep.
Who will also be here this week.
Yeah.
This has been quite a week. Yeah,
This is a good week for comedy
I
down
know.
here.
Now, I believe back when we were doing the podcast together, you had a boyfriend at the time and we caused some sort of dramatic breakup between the two of you, or
Which
at least a
boyfriend
fight.
was it?
I don't remember. We were talking about.
That's
but,
how long he's known me. Like literally 7
Yeah.
boyfriends have known
Well,
me.
that's what I want to know now. Where are we at now, relationship wise?
Okay, so here's the deal. I just recently dated a guy. He was so boring.
Yeah.
I was trying to date like someone with a job,
Okay.
and I realized that's maybe not for me.
Because those are the boring guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm used to sort of dating a drummer, a tattoo artist, like these like real like rats.
Right.
I love a rat.
Yeah. Making your father proud.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But also if I brought a dentist home, my parents would be like that's not really on brand for us, you know? So I have to bring home a neck tattoo. Literally, I brought every one of my boyfriends has had a neck tattoo, and my mom will be like, "What a beautiful piece on your neck!"
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
good.
normal.
Yeah.
So I tried to date a guy with a normal job. It was so boring. He wanted to like talk. So now I'm taking a break from dating because I'm reading a lot of like fantasy smut novels.
That's
right
what
now.
Carmen's doing the same
Spicy
thing.
novels.
Yes.
Spicy.
Carmen, what are you reading?
What is mine? Is the Players Club, Salacious Players Club.
Salacious.
Yes,
I
and
don't
I'm on the
understand
first
this.
one. It's called like Praise or something like that. But
Praise. It sounds vaguely Catholic.
So this guy invents a dirty app, basically. And
Yes. You better bring smut and tech together.
then, yes.
What are you reading?
I called somebody a dirty app the other day.
What are you reading?
I'm reading fantasy smut. So this is like we're at dragon riding school
Oh.
and we're fighting a
You
war
nerd.
against the wards are down and magic is
Yeah.
flowing. Like I'm a nerd. Like
Yeah.
I loved Twilight. I love monsters. I love ghosts. I love ghouls.
Weird.
Have you ever put on the elf ears during like sex or anything?
Not during sex, but I do own them.
You do own elf
Yeah.
ears.
But I take more of an innocent approach where I go, this actually looks good with my outfit.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, but now I'm reading these like intense love stories where they're like a fairy war has broken out and they have to protect humankind, and then the love interest like is like you own my soul. You know, it's very intense.
Oh, that's not
in
good
more,
smut.
No, it's really good smut.
Is it really?
Yeah. The girls will know. Fourth Wing and Akatar are like the big fantasy smut novels right
Okay,
now.
all right.
So now I can't like date a guy in finance unless he's like a high lord of a fairy court and devotes his soul to me. I don't know how to bring it back down to reality.
That's a tall order, man. It's hard for me to try to fulfill those fantasies for you. If you're,
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I can't date a guy in finance unless he like takes like a holy knife and cuts and makes a blood pact to me forever.
Now, Carmen, any elves in your story?
No, but there is a girl who dated the son of the tech, and now she's gonna work for the dad.
Oh, a
So-
Nepo baby story.
She gonna bang the dad too?
I think so, but like I haven't got that far. But so the dad isn't in it for the actual act of sex. He likes to be dominant. But I can't remember what they call
Financially?
it. Not financial, no, but like so basically he wants his secretary to also be like sexy secretary, but without actually doing anything to him.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, can I equate this to a man's side of this?
Mhm.
So I discovered something new recently that I told everybody about. I was kind of done with porn for a little while. It just kind of just ran its course. I'm like, I've seen it all. There's
Yeah.
nothing. Then I discovered on my number one go-to porn site, X Hamster, that there's yeah, I know it sounds weird, but it's just a dumb name.
Keep going.
It was just an aggregate for clips. So
A lot of hamster on hamster.
I don't know
action.
why they call
Yeah,
it
a lot of
hamster.
hamsters, a girl on a hamster wheel. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I think I can figure this out.
Mhm.
But no. So they have live cams, like live webcams. So I started watching that, and you know, some of them are weird. Some of them are just you could tell that they're in factories in Indonesia somewhere. I don't mean.
Factories?
I mean like
Oh
like
no, they have to put together iPhones during the day and then
Yeah.
live cam at night.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a long work day.
but you could tell like it's a fake room, and they're just doing sex things to get the time. You know, the people
Today
watching.
you sex, tomorrow you iPhone.
Right. But then some of them are just housewives, you know, trying to make some money. And I
Yeah.
found one that I love.
Why?
She's a secretary, supposedly a secretary at a doctor's office, right? And she's sitting there at the front desk There's a credenza behind her.
No.
You can hear people coming and going. She's taking phone calls and all that stuff. And she wears a very low-cut shirt with tremendous boobs. And then every once in a while, it gets boring in the office, and she looks around and she just whips her boobs out, and she leaves them out for a second. Then you'll hear somebody coming, and she'll put them away, and I'm like, that's
And it's
hot.
real. This is a real office.
Listen, it appears that way because 80% of it is boring watching her doing paperwork and answering phone calls. But then every once in a while, she'll look around, nobody's around, she'll whip one out and
This
put
is
it
like
back.
a HEPA nightmare.
Oh my
Is this
God.
allowed?
I don't think so. It's probably some sort of violation, but it's probably happening in Bangkok somewhere, and nobody's ever going to pinpoint where it's at. I'm not triangulating the location.
I wonder what kind of doctor's office it is.
I don't. I'll dig deeper today and see
Yeah,
if I can
listen
get
to the
more.
phone when she's making appointments. Be like, someone's coming in for a cleaning.
Well, I
and you're
can't
like,
understand the
dentist.
language. So
Oh
I
my
don't know what
God.
I don't know what she's doing, and I want to say it has something to do with a cardiologist because nobody's
Hilarious.
hanging out in the lobby. It's a lot of people go straight in the back.
Oh, we actually have it translated.
This fat idiot thinks this is real.
I'm just saying it's an elaborate setup for something that's not real.
yeah.
It's quite
Wow, so you're interested in really the camp of it all. Like it has
Yeah.
to be a big, you have to, it's world building.
I want to know that it was real, even if it's not. If you fooled me in thinking it's real, I
Yeah.
like that
Yeah,
better.
guys like to think that this stuff's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
That's
sweet.
you
I
want-
love you, idiot.
Yeah, but we want like amateur stuff. We don't want the whole setup thing. We want to be like, that girl was just at the DMV.
And she's
then
loving it.
Right.
she got
so
caught
sweet.
shoplifting, and this is her way to get out.
Isn't it so funny that like you guys you're like a secretary at a office.
Right.
And I'm like, I need live battles, enemies falling. Like
Right.
I'm looking into like war tactics.
You're the reason why it's so hard to make relationships. All I
Yeah.
need is a secretary in an office. You need flying elves.
I need like the magic reserves are low and we have to figure it out.
Yeah. I don't
No.
need any of that.
It's ruining my life for sure.
By the way, you brought up the financially dominated. That's the most amazing thing. The girls that get guys to pay them, and they call them pay pigs and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
It's a
Don't do
whole
anything.
thing.
Don't do anything sexual. Just
Yeah.
they give money and they get off by giving girls money, like thousands of dollars that they don't have.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've never, nor will I ever give them a dime. I'm not, my credit card's not hooked up. I didn't
No,
sign
you're a
up for
father.
anything. But there is a part of me that feels like I'm cheapskating out of it because they are doing it for tips and all that. And I feel like I am enjoying this too much for free that I feel like I feel if I could just send them all $1, I just feel bad.
Listen,
I'm not
everything's
doing
free
it.
now.
Yeah,
Everything's free now.
that's true.
And there's enough people sending them money. I'm
Right.
sure. And I don't want to say that because that feels anti-woman. You should send them money.
Send them. I know what you're saying, though. I feel the same, but it's just they know what they're doing.
Yeah, my issue personally is that no one's ever even offered to financially dom me, which does make me feel ugly.
Oh, is that you think that's what it is?
No, of course not.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
Or do you think it's possible that they know your dad's a multi-millionaire?
That's the
I'm
issue.
sorry,
yeah.
That's the issue at
She'll be
hand,
fine.
Where I'm like, oh, no one wants to give me money just because I'm fine.
Yeah.
Not fair. That's not fair.
True.
You should just give some random slut $20.
No.
And just no, like
In
just-
real life,
In
I'll
real
do it.
life,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
you see her in Walmart and go, here, slut.
Yeah,
And then be like, that's for the
And
other
she's
ones.
like, I'm actually an anesthesiologist.
Doesn't matter.
So
One day
I'm
you'll
wearing
need
a
it.
fun outfit.
do
Yeah.
you take your boobs out
Yeah.
during the appointment?
What do you do in that doctor's office?
I try to spoil my children as much as I can because I grew up as a poor kid,
Mhm.
and I know your dad grew up in a working class family.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he spoils you guys as much as he can.
Well, once again, not to really lay it on thick, but we are Jews, so we are cheap. Like, no matter how rich my dad gets, he is a cheap guy.
Did he
Like,
buy your car?
he bought me a
What
car, but it
kind?
was used.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like, we
That's cheap.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a used Jeep Wrangler
But
that I've
it's-
had since high school, and I'm 30.
But that's also smart too, because you don't give a teenage kid
My 18-year-old's on his second brand new car.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
dumb.
no. We're spoiled.
But I mean that's you literally
You
just
are, you are.
literally just made the point that I was making.
I'm
Like, it's
raising
much-
a wonderful
it's
child.
much smarter to get your teenage kid a decent used safe car than get them the new Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
way smarter because you know that's going to be beaten to hell,
Yeah.
not taken care of, getting into accidents, all kind of stuff, and then you go, all right, now you've grown a little bit, you get the normal car.
Yeah, well, he gave me his old car, and I totaled it immediately. And
No,
then,
there you
so
go.
maybe it was more of my actions
Yeah.
and the results of those
That's
actions.
true. Plus, I would buy my daughter a tank too. I'd get her in a Jeep or something. That,
Yeah. I mean, I drive. The first piece of advice I've ever gotten was from a Bon Jovi roadie, and he told me drive fast and take risks.
Oh.
And I would say that's actively shot my insurance into the sky.
Yeah.
And it's a direct result of his advice to me at 16.
Yeah.
But
Also, your
So-
dad, don't let the Bon Jovi roadies talk to you.
I was going to say,
I love them.
Dirty Steve didn't give you good advice.
These are the people who raised me, okay? They're on stage playing. I have to hang out with someone. I'm on the fucking.
Whoa! Yeah.
God,
You got it,
That's still. That's
Oh
still.
my
Right.
God, did you get it?
Yeah.
Third one,
Oh
we just
God,
punch you in the face.
I've been doing good.
That's okay. You're comfortable. That's a good sign.
I'm used to podcasting. You
I
know the
know.
disgusting things we could say on podcasts.
Listen, you know how many people have come in here that have their own podcast, and I have to tell them this is not. I know it looks like a podcast.
Oh my
but
God,
it's
I'm
not.
so sorry.
No, you're right. You're good.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with all the roadies backstage, and they're telling me crazy things.
Yeah.
And I'm 10 years old. Like
Mm.
the things I know, the things I've seen.
Yeah.
I've been through war.
I'm trying to think. I got married. It was the week before my wedding. I went to a Bon Jovi show here in Tampa, and I'm positive that you were there. And you
What
were,
year was it?
So 2003.
2003. I was little.
Yeah, because there were 3 kids. There was babies there, and then there was Richie's daughter was there because Heather was there at
Yeah.
the time.
I feel like I remember this.
And
I'm
for some
remembering-
reason, it was a big family. It was a big family show. I don't know why, but everybody had family here.
Yeah, we pick certain shows on tour, and those are the shows that everyone goes to.
Yeah. So it was, and I know because me and Wells went to go meet your dad
Mhm.
and hang out at the arena because I was such a huge fan. And that morning, I got up and I was like so excited. And then we went over there like 4:00 in the afternoon, met up with your dad
Mhm.
and hung out there. And then we're eating chicken soup backstage. I guess that was like a thing
Chicken
before the
soup.
show.
It's
Everybody's eating
still a
chicken
thing.
soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was like one of the best experiences ever. And then Heather Locklear is just obsessed with the fact that I'm getting married in a week and wouldn't stop talking to me about my wedding. And I thought, if ever in a million years, I thought this conversation would be happening. And she's just asking me all these questions and where'd we meet and how'd we get together? And I'm like, well, Heather, let me tell you the whole story.
Please, Heather, take a seat.
And every once in a while, I would just stop for a second and look around and I'd go, what am I doing here? How did this even happen?
It is a crazy vibe back there because it is just like a normal room
Yeah.
with a couch
Yep.
and with the most insane people of all time in that room, and everyone's eating soup.
Yeah.
So the energy is weird.
Yeah.
I'm sure we were there.
Yeah.
We are the oldest kids. Me, my brother, Steph, and Jesse Bon Jovi.
And I don't think they were there. I don't think John's kids were there. 'Cause I
Well, we're
would've
the blonde
recognized-
ones. So if you saw two little
Oh, yeah,
blondes,
then
they're
maybe that was
brunettes
it.
and we're blondes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I don't
the
know.
telltale.
It's weird. I kind of just remembered that your dad was preoccupied, like he had people and things going on. So
My dad also, like the rest of the guys, are very chill, and my dad to this day will still throw a party after every show.
yeah,
So he is sort of before the shows planning his little party.
yeah,
And then he does the show, and then he has to entertain.
Mhm.
He's just he is
that's fun. He's a
He's
rock and
just
roll
like-
guy.
homecoming queen.
Yeah.
He really is.
That must be such a wonderful life.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
But also, we grew up very normal in the same little town in New Jersey, like next to a puppy mill and a farm. Like we had such a normal existence because my dad's from North Jersey, my mom's from South Jersey. Like these
Right.
people are garbage.
right.
So like we had a very like all my aunts had no teeth and they were smoking cigarettes inside with the doors closed. Like
Yeah.
we were a very normal New Jersey family. And then we'd cut to these like crazy rock shows and this crazy tour. And then we'd go back to our like farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, and we'd like vacation in the Poconos.
That's
So
so
it was like
funny.
this Hannah Montana lifestyle for sure.
Do you feel like your dad, looking back on it now, was not around a lot because he was on tour all the time, or do you feel like you guys were pretty solid in connection, even though he was back and forth?
He to this day has called me every single day since I was born.
Oh, that's
We
great.
were like the first kids to get cell phones because my dad would call us every day. And
Yeah.
we like before FaceTime, he like bought this phone that had a camera in
Oh,
it.
really?
And it was like black and white. So he was gone a lot, but it wasn't he wasn't like absent in
Yeah.
any way.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
was actively calling me. I'm closer with my dad than I am with my mom.
yeah.
And my mom was there the whole time. But my dad is just like, what's going on? How are you? Every day. I probably have literally 10 text messages from him.
My
right now.
son is without a doubt my closest, person. He and I have been since he was born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's my guy. But I would push him in front of a train for my daughter.
Yeah, totally.
She just came in and just took everything over.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. He's my guy, but if she needs something, she's getting it.
Well, the daughters and the dads.
I know. It's insane.
You can't compete, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd like to walk that back. I wouldn't say I'd push him in front of a train.
I think
it was
dark.
It was an analogy.
And he will
that,
listen to that over and over.
I don't know.
And over
I don't
again.
know that he's necessarily listening. Thank God, but you know what I'm saying. Well, when it comes to the daughter,
I think he's getting a new car.
Yeah. Again.
For that comment.
Yeah, at least it's not new boobs.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
My dad didn't even buy my boobs. I had to buy my boobs myself.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was one of my questions I forgot to ask you. I was going to say who paid for them.
Me.
Why?
Because he wouldn't do it.
That's messed up.
And my little brother's trans and got his boobs removed.
Shut
and my
up.
dad paid for that.
Shut up.
But
he paid for your brother's trans and he got boobs, and then your
got
dad
rid of boobs.
but he got them first. Oh no!
Had them.
Oh, okay. Was
them
born
taken
with them.
off. Born
had
with
them
them
taken off. Gotcha.
My dad paid for that, and I get the fun version, which
Yeah.
is getting boobs. And those I had to work hard, do a commercial for Crocs, and then pay for the boobs myself.
All right, but
which-
you did earn. What did you do for Crocs?
They actually put
commercial.
Crocs in there.
I have gibbets.
Yeah, gibbets. Nice.
I have gibbets.
No nipples, just gibbets.
Just gibbets.
That's funny. You can interchange them.
Yeah,
Hang bananas on
it's
there every once in a
really
while.
fun.
You
Yeah.
like SpongeBob? Check it
That's
out.
hilarious.
My SpongeBob boobs. Yeah, my dad makes me pay for my life.
Yeah.
But I do ask him for money all the time.
So I didn't know you had a trans brother.
Yes, little brother.
And how did that go?
I
Were you
mean-
surprised by that, or did you know right out of the gate?
No, we knew immediately. I mean, there was just a gay vibe the whole time.
Right.
But also, once again, in my house, I mean, it's like it's a zoo in there. Like
Yeah.
it's people from all walks of life. So no one even blinked an eye. My little brother was like, "I want to dye my hair purple at 8," and we were like, "That's the least of our concerns."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
hmm
Well, listen, Gabby Bryan tonight at the Funny Bone with a girl named Stuart and another girl. What's the other girl's name?
Named Steph.
Steph. Stuart, Steph, and Gabby tonight at the Funny Bone, and then tomorrow night at Off the Hook Comedy Club with Louis C.K. in Naples. And then we will be there on Friday in Naples. It's going to be quite the week for comedy here in between Tampa and South Florida. I'm glad that you got up and made it over here. I appreciate you coming in.
I'm so happy to
It
be
was
here.
great to see you.
So great to see you.
And great to see you and your new boobs.
Thank
But you
you.
can't. You're not confident in them yet,
You have to understand when you first get boobs, they are rock solid.
right?
And
I'm just saying I can
up to
tell
your
by your
chin.
sweatshirt that you're
Your
not.
turtleneck.
That
Well,
you're
I've
not
been-
confident in them.
I've been built like a little Dutch boy for so long that all I have is like giant clothes. So
Yeah.
now I have to go in a whole. I mean, these are fresh. This has been 3 weeks.
Can I just tell you something so funny?
What?
Do you know what I'm leading up to? That I can't even. I told Bobby when you were here, I was going to ask if we could see him.
What?
I told Bobby, I said, he goes, Gabby got new boobs. I go, I'm going to ask if she'll show them to us when she comes here. And he goes, no, you won't. And I go, yes, I will. I couldn't even say it as a joke. Like, as I was starting to build it up, I'm like, I can't even say it as a joke.
No, I mean, first of
I'd go
all-
like this.
First of all, you wish.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's gonna take. I like don't have time to like become a secretary and. work in,
I
doctor's
thought maybe you
office.
just
I'm
flipped the
so
elf
busy.
ears on real quick.
Yeah, I don't have what you want anyway.
Yeah, I know. Thank
And
you.
third, like these boobs cost a lot of money for me personally.
Right.
I didn't get any donors on these boobs.
This is all you.
So it's gonna take a lot of work for
So
someone
no
to
man
see
has
them.
test driven those yet.
No, you can't.
Oh, they are free.
They're free.
They are untouched right now.
They're untouched. Untouched. They're untouched.
Don't let Louis know that.
Louis. No, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of, and once again, I'm reading these intense books, so someone's gonna have to make like a vow, a blood vow.
Oh, I would walk into the club tonight, walk right up to you, pull out a magic wand, tap you on the shoulder, cut my hand, and go, let's do it.
Let's do it. And that I would agree with.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you have to like commit like a large plot of land to me. Like it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a reverse dowry to see these boobs.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I'm happy just having you here.
Thank you so much.
Gabby, great seeing you.
So great.
Go
seeing
see
you.
Gabby tonight at the Funny Bone in Ybor City. We will take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.